Let me get out.
We're live on air. We're waiting for the family to come through. And we're still at the pastor show with respect. But let me just play my intro song as we do always on my show. You know.
Hey, listen. Yo. We used to be some warriors, brothers just looking weak now. Police brutality on the youngers, they're knocking teeth out. Fitting revolution, there's nothing for us to speak about. Open up a place, how much you leak out. Used to be some warriors, brothers just looking weak now. Police brutality on the youngers, they're knocking teeth out. Fitting revolution, there's nothing for us to speak about. Open up a place, how much you leak out. When it comes to real
Big up Gazama. Big up man like Ultra Funky in the building. Come on. I'm all Chucky. Over postcodes. We should be linking up from like the much of Croydon. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're live. Few topics on the agenda tonight. No, Pastor, just pure knowledge in sharing information. Police brutality on our youngers, they're knocking teeth out. Face and watching leak out. Police brutality on our youngers, they're knocking teeth out. We have officers' face and watch him leak out. She never bang. Well, coming man like Rico. Images. We're gonna share this link out, family. It's Ricky with aces. With the basics. Yeah, fools with petite twos.
Snapping with the rapper, telling Casper Light, see through the system, kill man in cold blood, and it's legal. That's why I grip the eagle. I do this for my people. Squeeze through and leave his grill sour like the diesel. Call my team righteous badness. I ain't evil. Night ethers, ride out. It's our time now. Fuck cops. Buck shots, leave them lights out. Used to be some warriors, brothers just looking weak now.
Police brutality on the youngers is knocking teeth out.
Fitting revolution, there's nothing for us to speak about. Open up a place, how much you leak out. Used to be some warriors, brothers just looking weak now. Police brutality on the youngers, they're knocking teeth out. Fitting revolution, there's nothing for us to speak about. Open up a place, how much you leak out. When it comes to real ops, you never bang. Killing your own kind is a gang. When it comes to real ops, you never bang. Killing your own kind is a gang. Rob, man, we did
the steel lots.
Let them shots bang until the steel's hot. And brother, man, is still hot. No need to talk about the that we still got. Still got my brothers in the still box. Grieve for the youngest getting killed off. We ain't been diseased by them ill cops. Real G's got beef with the real ops. For your brother, man, your auntie. Pigs coming, man, are dancing like a shanty. Don't be funny like no bad breed. When it's time to face the ops, you turn candy.
Yeah, we want peace.
But we still got the
Peace if they want peace.
Squash the beast, bitch, squash beef. Used to be some warriors, brothers just
This is weak now. Police brutality on the youngers is knocking teeth out.
Fitting revolution, there's nothing for us to speak about. Open up a place, how much you leak out. Used to be some warriors, brothers just looking weak now. Police brutality on the youngers, they're knocking teeth out. Fitting revolution. confusion, there's nothing for us to speak about. Open up a face, I want you leak out. When it comes to real ones, you never back. Killing your own kind is a gang. When it comes to real ones, you never back. Killing your own kind is a gang.
Yes, gang. Let me get this sorted. To sort out my life.
Yeah, I'm a rude boy with manners, books and bandanas, a poet and a nerd, a crook and a gangbanger. I'm a home with the holy.
Yeah, big up everyone in the building. Let me just get my life sorted out. And Billy Doobie after eating is not good. Starting a show at the same time. Not good. Let me just get the comments up. And we're big up like Captain Rambo in the building, the real Black Panther in the building, people. If you get to know. My Cody, man, like new weapon swiper in the building. You know what time it is.
Big up everyone. Yeah, we do. I'm just gonna pop out for a little bit though.
Gang.
What's that?
I said I'm gonna pop out for a little bit though. Just give me like 20 minutes and I'll be back.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Love.
Big up, man, like Captain.
Gang.
Talk to me, Captain. What have you been up to? Talk to them. Yeah, maybe Captain. It's time we can tell them about your BR LP.
Well, boy,
drop some.
Tell you the truth, Beefy, you know how it go. It's gang, innit? Like, I'm guiding the new generation, innit? And I'm on the roads of South London or anywhere where I'm at, chat to the younger generation, try to, it's not about what I think, it's about what's going on with them and see if I can identify with their problems and try to guide them in the right direction, innit? So that's gang, innit? So that's what I do. I always patrol, intervene when trouble's there. You know me already, bruv. So it's gang all the way, innit?
I get you. Definitely. But I want to go about the Black Panther Liberation Party.
Yeah, the Black Panther Liberation Party basically is really a thing for African Black people because of our struggles and what we go through, the right education and liberation from our oppressors, innit? And our oppressors doesn't mean white people, it means the system as well, get me? Because it's whatever oppresses the individual is their oppressors, innit? So through liberation, education, and inspiration, what the Black Panthers try to push out within the Black community, then again, it's all power to the people because we identify with oppressed people around the world, did it, bro? And people say, we just a Black radical group. No, we're not. We're just Black first, but all power to the people, same way, get me? We're about the neo-colonialism, fascism, racism, the same thing what we fight as gang, innit? Because this is what we're about, innit? We're about educating, liberating, and inspiring our new generation, innit? And these are the stuff what the Black Panthers setting up before. So really, we just a new generation of that. So go true, fam.
No. I was told you about you, so I'm not saying you have a new tech. But definitely, I second what you're saying, I second what you're saying 100%.
No, but you know how I drop it, fam. You see how I carry with the younger generation. I will go into their area, bruv, and I wouldn't act like I'm their dad or their uncle or their big brother. I just like to allow them to have their fun, and where they go wrong, guide them, innit? That's all. It's not about trying to control youths and try to oppress the youths. It's trying to just, allow them to grow up and where they need to be straightened and stuff, we will curve them in that right direction. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And there's not enough elders on the front. It's only when I come amongst gang, we go to all the ends. We never had trouble, we never had beef, we never had those situations where we got turfed out. So we as gang, coming from all different areas, or the community or different parts of the community, different ways of life, we'll always come together when we need to and do what we need to do, get me? So that's what we do, bruv. So being a Black Panther is like I'm just trying to show, man, and then through my struggles. And a lot of people identify with their struggles. So I'm trying to help them when it's them trying to help me, innit? Because it's iron sharpen iron out here and all done. Like, it's not, as Raspet said on his last show, that you can learn from the foolish, you know. You know what I mean? You can learn from the wise. It's each one teach one, innit? And I learn from younger generation all the time. So I just try to keep an open mind and try to make the youths keep an open mind and try to see where we could go and better, because it's about betterment. And when we say liberation again is what's oppressing us as individuals. Sometimes it's the drugs what oppress. It's the rent, it's the housing, it's the cost of living, fam, what oppresses people as well.
Yeah.
You understand? So you know how it goes, fam. So that's what I'm trying to push out, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I might not be I might not be in a park, but I'm definitely on the street. And
we know that, Captain. We know that. The park is just nothing. The park
the park is a very good center point, but as we try to elaborate that, not everybody in gang goes to the park.
Yeah. Coming from. The people in gang go to the park is like not even 1%.
Exactly.
So that's nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what you're saying. Like me as well. Like I'm not. I'm for work against the system, and I'm pro-black, but that doesn't mean I'm anti anything else. Far from it. My grandmother is white. Our mistress kid. So for me to be hating everybody, I can't. But I am pro-black, meaning that where I put my energy to is helping black people first before anyone else. I think if we have that mentality among ourselves, we can go a long way. And that's what's lacking in our community. For me personally, that's what's lacking in our community, where we're quick to help other people and put money in other people's pockets, but none of our own. We're quick to support other people, but not quick to support ourselves. So that's why I try to change the thing. So like my platform here is open to any black person who wants to come in on the issue you want to talk about. You're free to come and have it, come and discuss it.
See that? I see what you just said there. I like that. In where I come from, yeah. See me, I'm a man like this, you know. I like to say black first, get me. But it is, but for the younger generation, I don't want to teach the youths to be racist because of what I went through. I'd rather try to teach them one love, really, and try to teach them that, yo, fam, just open up your eyes to see what's racist. Open your eyes to racism. That's what I want to do to the youths in a minute. And I want to tell them that they should stick to their own. I think that every youth should know who they come from and where they come from, and stop trying to be like everybody else. But I wouldn't try to wish my youth to go on the road and say he's black and try to alienate everybody else, because I ain't trying to add. What I'm trying to do is put the spanner in the engine, innit? Of white supremacy, not try to continue along and try to create a black supremacy, because that's not what I'm about. I'm about that Islam. My youth. Yeah.
Captain Nemo, do you think it's racist? Yeah. Oh, what's going on with the thing? Yeah. Do you think it's racist if you just say black first, or if you kind of make black people understand that it's us out here, innit? Like it's us really and truly against the world. We're not. No one ever really talks about other races, but if we say black first, everyone thinks we're alienating everyone else. But yet, when white people always say to their white people that they're first, Asian people will always tell their people that they are first. So why is it an issue that black people can't say it, that we must put ourselves first?
Love that. Let me elaborate on that, my brother. It's not racist for us to say anything. You know why? We're not in this position to be racist. We can discriminate like everybody else does, But when it comes to racism, we don't go out purposely going out and attacking or anything racist. Being black first is what we should be putting in, because that's why I think that's a part of our downfall. We always try to be like everybody else, and now we realise our back is against the wall. Now we say black first. I get where you're coming from, and it ain't racist. The only problem is this: we should not allow the dictatorship of other race to interfere with our business. Because one thing about other people, they're quick to tell black men we racist, and we welcome them in our community, in our dances, in our things quicker than they welcome up theirs. We will give them a plate of food at the same time. Yeah? And I've seen it. When you have a white friend and you bring them in a black house, you decide the black house act. And it goes to show we ain't racist as a people. We could never be racist. We got too much love. The only problem I always tell them, man, don't let Europeans or the Western world undermine your abilities, innit?
Of course not.
To dictate to you what is racist and what is right and what is wrong. You know what I mean? They told us everything about. They taught us everything. Allow us to have a piece of what we want to have, innit?
That's what I feel.
Allow us to do our own thing.
Wait, I'm gonna come back in here because the thing just keeps echoing.
All right.
Yeah, but continue to what I'm trying to say, Beefy. We always get dictated, and I think that is we go through the harshest reality of living. You know what I mean? Our struggles ain't like other people's struggles. The overstanding. I don't care what people say. I can see when we suffer or when we try to do something great, we don't get looked at great. But what I think we try to do is we try to look at acceptance of other people too much. That's the funniest thing. And what taught us that is through the schools of religion. Through the schools of religion, that taught us who is favoured, who is racist, who is that. We learn all the fantasies and all the untrue reality through our growing up through religion. And it's whatever religion you come from. Because I know people talk bare fantasy. You really telling me I got to die to go to heaven? How the fuck do I think I feel now living in hell? If I have to die to go to heaven, I've been living in hell for years. We've been all committing suicide. If that's the case.
Yeah, I know. I think I second that myself. I do not take away from what religions do to some people, help the people. Some people, I've got friends who religion has helped them as well. But for me, it's like a catch-22, innit? They give you the symptoms, and they give you the reason to cure it. So it's a bit judgy for me. And just the state of for me, I don't know. It's the critical thinking people are not applying when I don't want to be rude, but when you go to religion with blind faith, for me that's a no-no. You have to question everything. Once you tell you can't question something, that's suspicious, red flag. So I hope more about my brothers and sisters question the religions they're in, question the origin of the religions, question how the religion came about, how they came about in that religion. Once you can answer those things truly and openly to yourself, I think we as black people will come a long way as well.
Can I ask you something though? What? Because I've heard it a few times, yeah, and black people kind of run away from the word, yeah. Of why does man them act like black supremacy is something bad?
Do you know what? Do you know why, bruv? Is the Western mentality what makes them haunts them. When I tell people I'm a part of the Black Panthers, you ought to see their face. It's like, real boy, I thought telling a man I'm from Brixton gave people hell, yeah? But telling black and brown and everybody else I'm a Black Panther, bruv, you really see that look and that expression. So, when we say black extremists, it's good to be... You know what extremists mean? A person who takes things very extreme. You could be very hardcore in your culture, in your traditions. You understand? In your way of life, you could be very extreme in that. So brother, you're very right in what you're saying, you know, King. I agree with you.
I think the people who if I don't know, me myself, I wouldn't maybe use the term black supremacy, yeah, but I think I don't know. The term I'll rather
Shut your life on. Here's the problem what we have. When we hear of white supremacy, then we say black supremacy. We think that black supremacy has to be evil or has to be as radical as white supremacy. No, you don't have to, because I'm not being funny. There is no record in American history that black extremists has ever hanged white people, bruv, on trees. Not even in this country. When they looked at Rasta as the most extreme black group, tell me what Rasta has ever strung up in a white boy on a lamppost.
Yeah.
But if I tell you British extremists or English extremists, I could name incidents from London up to Scotland, bruv, of incidents of what the NDO, NF, National Front, DMP, the Tory, little foot soldiers, NDO, the whole of them has done, bruv, to recent records. But tell me one black extreme group has ever done that. Black people don't blow themselves up, bruv. No, I'm being real, fam. So I always tell people, fuck off with all that talk. Why does people you could have extreme black love for yourself, bruv. You need it.
You need it for real.
Because I believe that black love, when we say black love, I'd rather have extreme black love. Because it is radical, isn't it? Because once you say, yeah, black power, it's not really showing nobody nothing, it's just words. But if it's extreme, I believe this, extreme loyalty is African loyalty, bruv.
Yeah.
And it's the way how you define that word there.
Don't you think we should stop what's the word? Explaining ourselves.
Yeah, that's 100%. And then going back to the supremacy thing as well. For me, supremacy, yeah, no, I got a problem with that. With me, my ultimate goal is the freedom for everyone to self-determine, in it. What I mean by that, I want everyone to have the freedom to do what they want. I don't want everyone to have anything imposed on them or imposed on things on other people. Because I think this world is a big enough space for everyone to go and do their own goddamn thing.
But do you know what? It comes like we as black people need approval from everybody else to do our own thing. No, it's true though, Beefy. The only time I saw I'll be real with you. The best time I ever been with my crew, gang, yeah, is when we walked from Tottenham to Wood Green, Hackney, through Brixton. That's when we never took no authority from no government. But you know how it was for other people. They always have to ask the government for a little march, a little protest. When gang said we go deal with that slavery in Liberia, what did we do? We blocked road. We never asked no for no authority. That's what we don't do. We, as man said, we always look for our go-ahead, approval.
No, that's the thing. For me, I don't know why. For me, that's a non-question. It's not a question. You cannot ask your oppressor to give you freedom. That's just dumb.
Yeah,
we don't. But as black people,
repatriation, isn't it?
So asking for approval is dumb for me. We just gonna learn to do what we're gonna do.
But I feel as black people, we would more take the word of the oppressor.
Yeah,
so
I think there is a lot of Stockholm syndrome in the black community. 100%.
Very. Bro, listen. When I kept telling everyone, yeah, that them Asians over there, yeah, don't like man and shit, yeah, it had to take man to be called a nigger cut. For man to say, oh shit, they really don't like us. It's like Gucci, innit? Gucci had to make them clothes, and for people to say, "Why you don't really like us?"
Yeah, but then you see, that's a problem though. But then this is the problem. You know, people like P Diddy and them lot and Jay-Z who promotes Gucci. One of their friends who is a Gucci designer now, that is designing his Gucci label just 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, it's this where these people who are supposed to be the role models are the ones endorsing this fucking behavior. So when they hit us with this thing, like, I don't know. For me, this messaging thing plays a big role in what I'm trying to explain. They hit you all over the place, and to me, anyone who's a messenger, I don't trust messengers. You see, people like Jay-Z.
You know,
When last week they were promoting Gucci, them and he did in them. Now,
hear what though? Let's not. Sorry, Beefy. But Beefy, let's be real though, yeah. Gucci, H&M, or HMS, Timberland, Versace from in the 90s told black man from day one that if he thought black people was buying these clothes, he would double up and triple at the prices. Yeah? But come on, bruv, yeah?
And as well, you see what it is as well, yeah? Gucci are smart. They know their brand has been going down for a little while. And they know by telling this thing, what? When you tell people not to do something, they do it, innit? And so the more they think they're going to tell black people not to, it's going to happen. The more they tell black people not to buy it, more black people are going to buy Gucci. Oh,
this is what they're going to do. Gucci's going to say, I'm very sorry. And then they're going to put out a half price. And everyone's going to run to it.
No, bro. This is a mind trick they play on you. By them saying, fuck you guys, people are going to go as protest to go and buy Gucci. You don't get it.
No, that's what I'm saying. But they're going to half price it to say, oh, we're sorry. And they're going to half price and watch everyone run to it.
They're not apologizing. I'm telling you, they're not going to apologize. They're not.
No.
They've already apologized. They've already apologized.
Yeah. Beefy, guess what they're going to do? They're going to take that from the lip, yeah, and keep it all black. And black people can still buy it and look like they're balaclavas, bruv. They're not stupid, fam. It's their fashion is what makes you wear balaclavas. Look at us. We put our bandanas on, or we put on our ski masks on. Soon Gucci's going to say, oh, these niggas do it. Don't forget, we the ones who call ourselves niggas, bruv. These people ain't stupid, bruv. These people work in a part of a government that watches your, they dictate, they know exactly how you think. They know a small group of black people is going to be heartbroken by this controversy. But they're going to still, they're not even putting that out in themselves, bruv. That's just their fashion thing. If maybe the top people, designers or the borders is wearing that now, yeah? But an average person on the street ain't getting that till maybe in the summer. I mean, it's not even black. They might take that red, that Gollywood appearance off and keep it all black, bruv. And get some rapper to, like Gucci money, to go and do a little tune with it. Stupid, man. Remember, American over here is actually in America. The mentality is a bit different. Some people buy races anyway, bruv. Come on, man. The whole of NFL is racist, but people still spend money to go and watch that.
True talk.
Look at the NFL as well. NFL market. The way they do it, they do it like a slave market. The way they pick the players.
Exactly. And the whole thing, you got young youths now looking like girls, bruv. And look, blatantly know it.
But looking like girls.
Yeah, fam. You got rappers now looking like women. It's totally different, bruv.
You're cutting in and out.
Captain, your mic is not good. But this is another thing what Captain touch on.
Oh, sorry.
I see this a lot as well. There's a lot of the feminization of the black male. There's a lot of that going on, and I think
mentally, yeah, black people, these new generation black people are weak, man. We're so easy fooled. Man, just echo.
Respect, yeah. You know, only people believe in somewhere with many people back. Yeah, come on. when you're watching all of those Hercules films and they tell you about Zeus and shit, how does it feel you being black? And that's their ideology of heaven. Heaven is a nice place.
You're echoing, bro.
Where like, I won't let me come on, bro. I mean, and the West's thing is the stupid belief system of our Aki brothers, bro. Where they're telling you, you now extra rewards, bro. All of this,
Are you playing something else in the background? Maybe that's why. If you're playing something else in the background, your mic won't work properly. So you have to be careful.
Can you hear me?
You keep cutting when you're talking.
Oh yeah, let me clock out, come back in. It could be that.
Yeah, Rick, what are you saying, my G?
Nah, man, just fixing up to hit the strip, blue boy.
You went out, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Now, me and Michael want to talk up a few things today.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, you know me. I'm I'm African, so I like to go against. I like to find out the truth about this. The myth of this Abrahamic faith. I don't believe in blind faith, innit? So,
hey, am I echoing to you?
No, not that much.
Is it? Fuck, it sounds mad, man. Feds could be listening to me.
I'm just saying, like,
So who's it today? The Muslims?
No. We're gonna go through
No.
I don't know. We're gonna go through information. Just randomly go through some information and try to bring us some little bit of delay on that. But for me as well, it's about educating ourselves as a people. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But what it is, when it comes to them things, yeah, that's why I don't really get involved. Because I've realized now, everyone is stuck in their ways, bro. Especially when it comes to religion. When it comes to religion, yeah, people are like 100% stuck in their ways. There's only that few that may be saved, but the rest of them stuck in their ways, bro. That's why I don't even really go on it no more.
Okay, Rich, now look at the stats of this now, yeah. Africa, half of it is Christian, half of it is Islam. So, bro, so I said, we've got lots of work to do. You get me? But these guys have put them up. Living. For me, the black man will never be free when you worship another god, except for yourself.
Yeah, but bro, it's mad. You know what it is, bro? You know what it is? They've done a hell of a job on us, bro.
Yeah,
exactly. A hell of a job.
A hell of a job, fam. Like it's gonna be, yeah, fam. It's gonna be hard to take Jesus away from them, bro.
Let's go in the comments. No, Afroman, I'm not saying. For me, I know, yeah, the youngers on road, I got more heart than most of the adults. I know this. I'm saying there's an agenda to feminize our young warriors. That's what the point I'm trying to make. And if we don't step in ourselves and do something, then they will be lost. But kids are never dumb. When the convo we had yesterday about the Hebrew guy, we call them Muzungu, but they're kids. This is what we're talking about. The kids are not dumb.
No, they're not. The youth ain't stupid. We know they are misguided. That's all.
Yeah.
The youth ain't stupid. I ain't gonna tell man that youth are.
And the reason why is you see more kids rebelling now, but the system is more fucked up. So the kids are not taking the shit. But then as you get older, you get conditioned to accept these things. They give you a little computer here, a little iPhone here, and you think you've done it. You're good. But most of the things away, if you look at it, people now have got mobile phones, but they call people less. How the fuck is that possible?
Yeah. That's true, though.
Yeah. People, everyone now got a mobile phone in their hand, but they're making less phone calls than ever. Why? Because take away technology for some reason. It takes away your knowledge to do anything. You're given this fake world on your little phone, and you think that's reality. You can flick from here to there. But now you can go from LA to New York to Australia in seconds. But that's not reality. They take away your knowledge. And what knowledge is knowing something, it's going and experiencing something. Until you do that, you don't know shit. It's hearsay. That's what my ancestors told me. You can't know everything. Because unless you do it, that's when you know it. If you haven't done it, it's hearsay. Even if you people can read so many books, that's not knowledge. Going out and experiencing this stuff is knowledge. Reading a book over and over again makes you a very good repeater. But that's giving no. You take guidance from books and stuff, but everything else is up to you. Your own knowledge. You have to know thyself.
For real, know where you stand.
You cannot have people telling you what you are.
Exactly.
Who else knows you but yourself? How can a book tell you who you are? No book will ever tell you who you are. You know who you are, and you know who you are by going out and experiencing stuff and finding out who you are yourself, and being true to yourself. I think that's what's lost in most of our people today.
Whoa. They've had us for a very long time, bro. It's gonna be a very long time before we're really out of this, bro. It's gonna take a very long time, bro. It's not even been that long since like the civil rights and that, bro. It's not even been that long ago when white people were tying us to the car in England and dragging us from.
Blood, it's not even been 50 years.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was born in my country when my country was not even independent. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying, fam. So,
well, hold on. Beefy, when you was like 4 or 5, that's when Bob Marley come in it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And look how long ago that was. Yeah. And we still go through the same bull crap, but different tactics.
People in the whole, I think people in the world in general have to wake up. Well, soon they're gonna need. I think in history, these people have been doing this for some time. When they have these wars and everything, it's just for them to control the populations because they need to know how to control people. Well, most time when you dig something, you wonder why you're going against someone. You realize someone else told you to go against them. When you really pick the game, why you hate someone or why you hate some certain things, that's someone else who told you to hate them, not yourself. You've been programmed to hate things and like certain things.
You know what? I'm gonna show my face for a bit, man. Fuck this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, gang for life, bro.
Yeah, Everman Raf, you want to jump in? We're not going to argue. Gang, 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 gang.
Straight up, man. Wear the t-shirt, fam.
Gang, got generals over here.
So where's Matthew then?
Hey, he's come back and promised he has to go and do something.
Maku's eating some food, bro.
Is there any topic in hand you like to discuss right now? Anything that's been bothering you?
What you say?
You got anything on your mind? Anything that's been bothering you?
No, not really. Just kind of little rat boy, innit?
Oh, the right boy situation.
Yeah, he's a cheeky little cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to touch on this. I want to put a little spin on this mental health issue.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, why? We make too many excuses for these people. Every time
we can't do that mental health, bro.
I'm trying to break the myth. We need to break this myth about mental health.
Yeah.
The boy has got mental health issues when he's saying nigga. The boy has got mental health issues when he's fighting Raj in defending Islam.
Yeah.
No mental health issues then. Why
Yeah.
do you mental health issues when he's saying fuck nigga this or when he's about to get kicking?
No. That's an excuse, Beefy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have mental.
So I said that he's got mental issues throughout all his life. They can't just pick and choose when he's got mental issues, bro.
Listen, man, sometimes it's in their blood, bro. It's how they grow up.
Yeah. Bro, man, listen, I'm telling you now, bro, yeah, that I'm not hearing no mental health, nothing, bro. I don't care if it is really true that you have mental health, bro. I don't care, fam. Like, really and truly, I'm not hearing nothing, fam. I don't want to hear no apologies, no sorries, fam. Man has to allow it, fam. Like, and you know what it is, Don? I was telling man this before, yeah, and bit by bit, it's been coming out now, like where they're getting caught. Like, look how great, like the Most High and the ancestors is, yeah, is that man thought he was on mute and it exposed him. The other you got exposed. Do you know what I'm saying, fam? Fam, man has to allow. Fam, man ain't making no excuses, fam. These man are smart guys. They are not stupid. They know what they're saying when they're saying it, and they know why they're saying it.
Exactly. That's why you can't make excuses.
Yeah, no excuses, fam.
It's mental health issue. You know why, fam? If you look at how many excuses white people's got for every serial killer, it's called black kids in America, kidnap them. You know what they turn around and say? He's got psychology. They put him in prison. They say that he's got high PSD, autism, all sorts of shit, bro. Fuck all that schizophrenic shit. It don't work for us, brother. Yeah? I mean,
you know people in Africa, I'm going through hard. No one depressed in Africa. I don't people are depressed in Africa. I don't hear that shit.
No, but Beefy, you know how it goes, bro. Yeah, you know how it goes, Beefy.
But no. What I'm trying to make is this, yeah. When someone is racist, just say, let him say sorry and let him be okay, bro. Listen.
Yeah, ain't no sorries, bro. Zero tolerance.
Chat shit, get banged.
Early, fam.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
No one is crying out outrage when there's police brutality against black people.
Yeah, fuck all that.
When they're doing all these fuckers against us. I don't hear no outrage when man of this.
Yeah. Man better know what time it is, like, because this is the bullshit man tries to get away with. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I was telling set of my Muslim black brothers, yeah, that regardless of whatever, man are Muslim, but they don't respect man. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't respect man. Yes, they could say yes, brother, yes, Aki. You know what I'm saying? But really and truly behind closed doors, they do not respect man. Get me? Like, that's mad, fam. Like, fam. Man said, listen to it, fam. Like, listen to it, cuz. That is something like from our grandma's days, fam. Man said, dirty fucking nigger.
Yes.
That's mad. And the mad thing about it, he has his face on screen. He has his face on screen. Like, where do you walk to? Like, it's mad. I don't know.
Then they want to come and say like then we're the ones who done them wrong for them being racist. Is it fucking stupid?
Wait, hold on. Hey, Beefy.
Yeah.
Before this one, yeah, he already called you a nigger, innit?
He tried to say fuck my mom and everything. Because apparently someone called him. This is excuse always makes sense. Someone always calls him out of the blue to talk about him. He always thinks it's someone else. He starts cussing their moms, being racist. No, he wants to be racist. So he's only got an excuse in his head. Someone called me. Who's this person who called him? Give us a number. So I'm not saying that, bro. What's the number which called you, bro? Anna, give me the number. Don't tell me it's some number called you. What's the person's number? You tell me someone called you. I don't know no one called you. All I know is close your fucking mouth, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know why he's doing that though? Because in his head, yeah, he's looking at like, but I'm down here and I'm not coming to the park no more. So man ain't gonna see me. So fuck it, let me lay it all out.
Yeah. And when you see the funny thing, yeah, he's not going against the person he fought to get him banned from the back, the white boy. He's going against black.
Yeah. Yeah, and then called Jedi nappy head. Man, fuck it hell, cuz he really went in.
I bet he goes to black barbers as well. How about
Who's
that?
that?
I bet he goes to black barbers talking about nappy hair. I
him.
bet he goes to black barbers.
Yeah. Man said nappy. Fam, man has to laugh, fam. Like that. Listen, bro. The way he went on, yeah, you could see that was no slip of no tongue.
Bro, this is their language. This is normal, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, back home they have the caste system, bro. No, I don't know why people keep forgetting this. Yeah, Muhammad Gandhi was a fucking racist.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
They talk about all this peace and equality only amongst themselves. They talk about peace and equality. When it's against a nigga, no, you don't exist.
Yeah.
That's the reality. Oh, Gandhi was a good man. He went around the world, took all this shit. He was the most racist prick in the world.
Yep.
What to call it is, bro.
Facts.
Fam, listen, bro. In the last, like, say 2 months, yeah. How many times has man been called a nigger, bruv? How many times has man been called a nigger, like in the last, like, say 2 months, fam? Like since just by Christmas times.
Many times. And another thing as well, yeah, which I find, I know how I spot them in the park. Birds will further flock together. So whenever I see anyone walking around with Omar or anyone walking around with Abdi, I know what they're about. They're about the same mentality. But I know what you're talking about behind closed doors. It's just straight up simple for me. Yeah, we need to wake up when we see these things.
Yeah. You know me, fam. I shut them from the door, cuz I'm not in a nothing. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in a nothing, fam. Like I shut them out from the door, cuz I'm not trying to hear nothing. I don't do apologies. I'm not hearing it. Get me? I don't do nothing like that, fam. Nah, fuck that shit, bro. Get me? Man's disrespect. Like, I don't know, fam. I don't know. This would have never happened in our parents' days. They would have known their place, fam. But it's like they don't know their place now. Huh?
Well, I don't know. This wouldn't happen in South London, bro.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
If you was from South London, this wouldn't have happened. I think
definitely. Real short, fam.
No, me
Rambo, you know.
You would not have dared say they live from South London.
Yeah.
The areas where they live in, they live in the community areas, you know, where everyone in the areas there is from there.
I'm not being funny. That shit ain't happening to me in South. I'm clapping, I'm stabbing. Yeah. No disrespect. I ain't tolerating no racism, really. Nothing like that, bro. And guess what? You're not gonna keep me. You're not gonna try and think you're gonna keep me up bay and shit. Rude boy, I refuse to work for certain people, bro. I don't like them. Straight up, bro.
That's disrespectful. Man makes excuses for them. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't making no excuses for no, bruv. I experience racism from all types of people, bruv. I go and do security. I hear white people chat. I hear Asian people chat. All I hear is bullshit. And I'm always clapping down. I'm not having it. I'm like, nah, not me, bruv.
Yeah.
You call me a nigga at the park, bruv. You might not even get to say that to me again, bruv.
My thing is,
Trust me.
my thing is like,
What you
say, yeah? But I'm gonna reach out to you. What happens to you happens to you, innit? But I'm not reaching out to you. I'm just gonna say nothing to you. But what happens to you happens to you. It won't be my business.
No, facts.
I ain't reaching out to no one who's trying to be rude to me, bro. I'm not about the life.
Facts.
We're getting the brand. I can do some more. If someone keeps saying sorry and you keep forgiving them, bro, you're a mug for yourself, bro.
Yeah, because last time you said sorry, innit?
Huh?
Last time you said sorry.
Why he said sorry now?
Yeah, with his spit in his mouth. With his bad
Yeah.
I don't know. Fam, he ain't got no respect. He had no respect. And
And as well, no one else is talking about it. Like, oh, look at this racist. No, but let someone get kicked from gang in the park. Every video will be fucking made in the fucking world. You know what I mean? That should have been the racist mentality as well. Even on YouTube, the way that people cover up this shit.
I'll tell you the truth though, yeah. I think the gang has changed the narrative and perspective of a lot of stuff, but
What do you mean?
huh?
What do you mean?
Nah, man. But for
in the park, yeah. No,
listen, just to not generation and the age gap. What I see go on in the park and see a group of roadmen going up there has changed so much the stuff. I know how racist the park can be, though, and to the point that we come and intervene. I think we were like Godzilla. We just intervene and change things up. It's been like the evolution to certain shit.
Yeah.
No, seriously, bruv.
Even me, that's it. For me as well. For me, going to the park, I don't talk a lot at the park, but for me, it's just I like to see people come there and have the confidence to speak their thing. I don't give a fuck if I don't agree with you, but I want people to have the confidence to come and speak their thing. Before you a lot of intimidation. Captain's right. When I first started going there, they you could hear Russian slurs being thrown around everywhere, bro.
Nah, man, I think we done good, bro. What?
What is
the thing? Beefy. Beefy, here's the greatest thing. A group of men who's from the roads. Like, I ain't say we some fucking gangsters, but we're from different parts of the community, different parts of the road. Who's went up there and changed a lot of narratives, changed a lot of stuff. We haven't done nothing where we can say we done anything bad, but we just evoluted, as I said, fam. We kind of changed the dynamics to certain things. Bruv, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, bruv, people think in London and England ain't racism. Go to the park, bruv, where people got freedom of speech. Imagine if they had freedom of doing stuff. Come on, fam. Freedom of speech exposes everything. There are people who, you know how it goes, bruv. We go to the park, save people's lives to them.
All right, check this thing. Don't you think, yeah, that the black people in the park, yeah, invite the disrespect that we're getting right now?
Yes, I believe so.
I believe so, but for me,
and I don't mean licking down man and shit like that, but certain man has invited certain disrespect to the point that I know they wouldn't take it if that was in their community, buff. If that was off the park in their area, they wouldn't take half of the shit. But man's invited certain stuff. As I said to a lot of people, don't open doors what you can't close, innit?
Yeah, right.
No, bruv, I ain't gonna go and argue about Islam and I can't go past 4 toes. That makes sense.
Yeah, facts.
You create conflict. If you go in, if you can't describe 4 verses or 2 verses of the Bible, don't talk about it. Shut your mouth. You know what I mean? Because you open up doors. And if you don't know nothing about black history, this is what I always say to a lot of people. When it comes to African history, shut up, because what are you going to do? Talk colonial talk, or you go talk pre that? And if you go talk pre that, you're only going to talk about your direct family and direct descendant. If you tell Beefy where does he come from, he's going to tell us differently as we will talk about it. We will say, yeah, Ghana, but we can't describe what tribe, what language we speak, what family lineage we come from. We can't do none of that yet.
Because like, I was watching one of them in the park, yeah, and I can't remember who this Asian was talking to, and he was telling man basically how we should like King, yeah, more than X. And I thought, what the disrespect? You know, hey, them kind of things, yeah. We have to stop people at the door, man. We have to stop them at the door, man. I feel like people like to question us too much.
No, that's what I do. I go to the park and piss people off. I told them straight. I put in my panther clothes and I told them, innit? They're like, oh, but gangs are panther. No, gang is not the Black Panthers. I'm a part of gang, what makes us what we are. But gang ain't nothing to do with the Black Panthers. Yeah? Because I like to go up there and teach those NDO little tense Stella drinkers, yeah, to shut their mouth. I know about the 14s war. I'm not stupid. I was born in the 70s. Most of you was born in the 90s and the year 2000, yeah? I'm coming from the old school. I'm older than Tommy Robinson for like at least 15 years, yeah? So when you try to put up on the front line, you can't talk to me, but my dad was a Rasta. He got victimized and shit like that. I know directly what we went through, what made Brixton change the whole map. And Tottenham changed the whole map.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I was born then. So I don't give a fuck what certain people come and say, oh, I know about British Black history very good.
But check it though. Captain Rambo, yeah, check this, yeah. This is what I've said to before, yeah, when I was saying why everyone keeps saying EDL, and I kept saying, "Raw, what is man supposed to do? Stand on one side against one side when both of them hate us? Yeah, we shouldn't be standing with none of them. And why certain people have been like kind of standing with the Asians and all that shit against the EDL and that when they come down, right? Man ain't got no videos or no recordings or EDL calling us a nigger.
No.
We obviously we know they do. That's what I'm saying. I stopped them at the door. Yeah, we know they do, but just for clarification, we ain't really got no video of it. But we know they are racist. But we just ain't got it. But we got videos and evidence of these people calling him a nigger, like dirty nigger.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what they're good for. Every Saturday night they go to the football. They call us nigger. No doubt about it. Monday to Friday, they could be your best mate. All right, Tony, do you know this spliff? I know.
This is why I just shut them at the door, man. I'm not trying to explain nothing. I'm not trying to explain why we respect this elder and that elder. I'm not trying to do none of that, bro. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm not explaining to no one.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. I went to the park one time and I was explaining the red, black, and green with Beefy and my comrade, Mike, get me, Sniper, get me. And when I was talking, I realised no one has ever brought out the fucking red, black, and green flag like that since, maybe 10 years ago, bruv. Yeah? And then I did the thing and I saw the comments. Then I realised, bruv, you really hit a nerve there. You know why? You were speaking forbidden knowledge. I'm not meant to go up there and teach you about, you know what, this is red, black, and green and all of that stuff. I just learned that, fam, when you're a Christian or Islam, that's a good place there. That's like Caesar's Palace. But once you come out the box, yeah, they just call you racist. That's all.
Yeah.
Or primitive.
Once I told everybody, hear what I'm doing, I'm a part of the gang, I go out and uplift the kids in my black community. They automatically think I'm just dealing with black kids. And I always try to tell them, now when the gang goes out, we can't understand that there's a lot of your white kids is walking on pin knives, you know. You need to go and look at home a bit more. Yeah? And start looking at our children and look at your old damn children.
Real talk. That's what they do. They love to watch us. They love to watch us, man.
But I think we done good, though. You know what I mean? I think we done good. So I tell you what, I think as gang as a whole, or even like yourself, anyone who took part in certain things has changed the dynamics of our generation. You know what I mean? Our generation. I'm not trying to cut out the younger youths in a minute. I'm going to say, for our generation, we've been kind of like up front. And certain causes gang has went out and did. I think it was a just cause. Get me, fam. And I don't believe that we should be marching and walking around the streets every single day and you get stabbed. And I believe that what we do, it opens doors for other people to step forward again. Get me? But I don't really want to talk to no BBC, fam. Or no, I don't want to go on TV and chat my business like that, bruv. Because I tell you the truth, I'd rather go to jail, do 5 years, and go and talk to the youth to be in prison directly.
Yeah, but that's why we're trying to hold platforms like this, so we can come and talk. Have our own narrative. You know what I mean? So people can come and tune in and say their say in the community to affect them. You know what I mean? More time, what the news could affect you as a person, as a black person in the UK? On the news.
Can I just say something, Beefy? Beefy.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you, fam. If somebody said in a comment about communism, but I don't do communism enough. I do communityism. Yeah, communityism is different. Yeah, I know about Marx and Lenin and all of those European people who lifted the European people, but they never went and did nothing for African people. Yeah, so when you commenting and talking about communism, just know that not one of those literature has ever lifted up an African state. I bet you go and study about Marcus Garvey, get me, bro? Because Kwame Nkrumah went to Ghana and put the black star on there. Why can't you brothers talk to me about them people? Don't post up nothing about European people to me, brother. I know all of it. It never did. Russia never did nothing for us, bro.
One second as well, Captain. No, there's always a duality. Everything's a duality. Communism and capitalism, duality. The flip side of another coin.
But here's the truth. When people try to quote European, remember what people did. They think, at one stage when European Union and Bobby Seals was talking about communism and stuff, they realized, innit? When they was talking about all power to the people, they realized that black people still suffering, still struggling. And that's why we went more towards the African liberation point of view. You understand? So I just want you to just put that out there. You know what I mean? Don't think, the original Black Panthers went through 2 different changes at one period of time, bruv. There was even finding their roots. There was even calling themselves Africans. Go and study about the African Liberation Party, the sports. Go and find out about what Tupac's dad was doing, and Tupac's mum, Afina Shakur. Afro man, I know what you're about, and you should be up here, bro.
What I was going to say is everything is a duality, innit? So even in the system, the system realizes this. So they give you a choice, always. But your choice is also a judgment. They give you either capitalism or communism. They give you a choice. But none of the choices are good for you.
But capitalism for African is a wrong choice. Because capitalism is not African.
Wrong. Yeah? Both wrong. They're not for us. But they give
they're not for you. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's not what I'm trying to quote Lenin and Trotsky and Marxism, because even Bobby Seals and Huey Newton knew that it was a mistake when they was going through stuff. It don't help the black community, bruv, or the African community. That's why I'm telling the Afro man, my young comrade, not to disrespect him. I beg you, study the African liberation. Study Mortal Shakur, Afina Shakur, Silik Houdin, yeah, Tupac's
I'm in the comments, but I would agree with Afroman. Garvey was a capitalist.
But don't forget, don't forget.
You did agree with that.
Well, when you talk about Garvey was a capitalist, yeah, stop talking shit. Marcus Garvey did not drop bodies, bruv. Yeah, capitalists drop bodies, bruv. Yeah, what? I said capitalists drop bodies. Yeah, what did that country go through? What did that who's got the diamonds? Sierra Leone go through over diamonds. What was Blood Diamonds about? That film, that movie, Blood Diamonds. That was about capitalism, fam. That whole film, Blood Diamond, would teach you about capitalism. Straight up. bloodshed and wars is done through capitalism. Rockefeller and all of those major bankmen them deal with and those fake Jews deal with the utmost capitalism. Man. Sorry, bro. Let me come off, man. Let me delete.
But check this though. The new Black Panthers though, they don't scream that all power to the people though.
No, do you know why? They have, because Khalid Muhammad has said to us, look, we need to be, as what Marcus Garvey was trying to teach us, to be more black nationalism, like nationalists. Think about Africa as a nation, as a great nation, meaning Africa home, yard, and abroad, bruv. Yeah? Look at when Khalid Muhammad was trying to teach us and say, look, that we need to talk about black liberation, try to put black first, because we realized that when we were saying all power to the people, look at the Chinese people, they were the yellow people, and they're dominating us now in Africa and in Jamaica or the West Indies. Yeah, look at white power. White power's always been there. Yeah, look at red power. Look at the Latinos. Latinos have a better living than the Africans in Brazil and throughout the Latino countries, you know. Yeah, Africans get the last. So Khalid Muhammad was trying to explain that we should be nation building. We should have our own army. We should have all of the great leaders' conceptions of that day as well as this day. Get me? So Khalid Muhammad was trying to push out and steer towards a more all African liberation. You know where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So the Black Panthers was talking about what you were saying and Beefy was saying from the start of the show, that it's really black first, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. Red, black, and green. But you could have black first, meaning put black, then red, then green. Because you could say put the red on top of the black because you put it black first or African first, isn't it? Home, yard, and abroad, isn't it? I'm talking about, I don't care if you really call yourself Africans, black, Nubians, us ones, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, as long as you've put yourself first, isn't it? Us first. Educate our youth first, isn't it? Or help our people first, isn't it? Like that. Like you gotta do a charity and die for a cause, die for your own people first, isn't it? Or your own things first.
Exactly.
But apart from that, Tony Robbins say the same thing to these younger generation English youths. Put British first. You have. Very, very rare of you put a nigger first in front of anything. I never seen a nigga big over here. But people took 40 years to have their what's it called again? OBE from the Queen and all sorts of shit like that, bruv. Lenny Henry sold us out for like 50 years before he got rewarded. 30 years before he got rewarded. You understand? Yeah, bruv. So you might as well put yourself first. Because right about now, it's our boat sinking. And don't forget, England is really a ship. Because every youth is not registered, but they're in the system, but they're in the database. Ever since we come out of our mum's womb, born here, we fucked up. You know what I mean? That's why I tell people straight, no matter how you feel, you only colonized Britain. Remember, they could take away your passport, you know, and ship you back home anytime they want, you know. Everything they give you, yeah, is what they feel you're entitled to. I mean, it's all joke, but it's all there to control you. You don't need. Why do you need a passport? You're not free, fam. That's why I keep telling you. You might as well call yourself an African political prisoner because you don't know who you really are. You don't really have your own name. You don't have your own age. It's all numbered, named, it's all numbered, everything. You're a prisoner of war, bruv. We call ourselves Africans. How do you know we really are Africans? before we went through our concentration camp and through our Holocaust. So I'm talking about the African Holocaust. You know? Yeah, what happened to our African Holocaust? No one don't like to talk about it, bruv. Yeah, nobody don't want to mention what the victimization and the brutality of what Africans do. I mean, we went through 400 or 500 years of our Holocaust alone, bruv.
That's on that's only the European side. Of the Islamic side, that was even longer. It's still going on today.
Fab,
You know what I mean?
they talk about the Jewish Holocaust, yeah? What about the African Holocaust was still taking place to this day? Liberia, don't forget, they might not talk about on the news, but it's definitely slavery still going on in North Africa there. Sorry, man. I mean, sometimes when I want to talk the truth, I have to realize that some black people don't really like the truth. I'm racist.
Me, that's what I like.
Talking thing. That's how we're teaching each other and learning, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's what
but I wish Afro Man could come up here, though, fam, and start writing in a message.
Yeah, no, come on, Afro Man, come in.
Yo, Afro Man, salute, brother. Long time I've heard your voice enough.
I've added he's on there already. I've added him already, so he can come in.
Yeah, but he likes to be in the group chatting.
I know.
You know what I mean? Trying to disrespect the thing, fam. That was any joking. Be like Afro Man, come in, fam.
He doesn't want to work. No,
well, he doesn't. Afro Man, I thought you was a revolutionary, bruv. I thought you were up here doing the thing, fam. You can't be writing all the time, fam. Child, stop the writing, fam. I want to hear your views, Afro Man, you know.
Yeah, I want to hear your views. You're the younger generation. To me.
No, don't call him that, man. I love him, bruv. I want the youth to come up and kind of.
I know, this is what I'm saying. I said, they're the ones completing the next generation. It's all about what happens these days, yeah? Some of us want to grow up too soon, someone wants to retire too early. We're always guiding the next generation. So it shouldn't always skip. So what knowledge I've got, actually, pass African can pass on his knowledge to the next generation that way. That way we always keep the link going. Once you try cutting off links, that's when problems begin. That's what they try to do to us already in society. Moms that work the whole day, dads that work the whole day, and the child is left alone the whole day.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So that's that link of knowledge being passed along. Well, what we say to each other is not taught in schools. You understand?
Yeah, man.
Well, they'll never teach us kids the only liberation in schools. That's a myth. Schools just make them better workers. That's all. The ones who rebel are the real revolutionaries.
That's it.
I don't see them as bad kids. They see the system is fucked up and they don't want a part of it.
No, come on, bruv. Most people don't want to be part of the real revolution, fam.
No, I'm talking about the young kids. When they call them all the rebels and all these tyrants, those are the kids. They clog the system early and they say this system is fucked. We're not having it. So for me, those kids are my ones, my revolutionary ones. You know what I mean?
That's what I like. That's why I love the road youths. Straight up. That's why I love the bad attitude youths and everything. Because I don't look at them as bad people now.
They see the bush in the system.
Bruv, they're valuing the system right now, fam. Yeah? Bruv, the country's spending millions and millions of pounds just for the youths right now. Yeah?
Mm.
You know what I mean? That is how powerful the youths are now. And the youths just need to know that the power is in their hands, fam.
Yep.
Yeah, and they should just beat the damn system hard, bruv. Beat the beast hard, like how they beat their own people. But harder.
Yeah.
That's my object. Like, nobody on this panel is my enemy because directly, you're not the one who put me in my struggle, put me in my boxing position that I can't come out of. Afro Man, salute. Big up.
Big up from Ralph.
Yeah, big up people.
Big up, big up.
What are you saying?
Nah, man.
Salute.
Nah, man.
I was
Just
see you
listening
typing,
in.
or I couldn't keep up with all your comments.
Sorry?
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with all your comments. Have you got anything to add or anything to say? Or you listening in?
Oh, yeah, it's an interesting discussion. I'm just continuing to listen in it.
Yeah. We're just talking things in general, you know what I mean? About our struggles, people, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Feel free to chime in anything you want, you know.
no problem, bro. No problem, man. Oh man. Yeah. Liberation for all. That's what we need right now, fam. Liberation for all, really and truly.
Black liberation is liberation for all.
Sorry?
Black liberation is liberation for all.
Well, obviously, I work amongst my own people, so I
No,
want my own
you understand?
people.
I say, when black, it's only when we are free that the whole world will be free.
Nah, not necessarily, no. I
Because
don't
remember, the
think so.
system is designed to keep us down, but by oppressing, it's all someone oppressed. If you can see, show everyone that they're living under an oppressive system. We wake up the eyes. That's all we need to do, bro.
See, the way I define white supremacy is a bit different from a lot of people, innit? So I define white supremacy as as it is the ideals of rich cisgender straight white males, and like it all breaks down into your gender, your race, your class, and your sexuality, because based on those ideals, rich, class, cisgender, what you're born as, if you're born male or female or whatever, and then straight being your sexuality. Obviously, they would promote being people being straight, and then what's it called? Yeah, like rich, just cisgender, straight, white, and white, obviously to do with race again. Then yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I was covering when I say that stuff. And it's their idea. So that we're talking about a specific group of people who have this idea, and they use these things to have people in the society argue amongst each other. So even the people on what we call the far right, even they are being oppressed because they don't see that they're pawns in this whole thing too.
Exactly, 100%. That's what I was saying. Exactly.
So they don't see that they prefer to go, oh, it's the Muslim, it's the black guys, it's the other people who are not who are not British, other than
Well, not
realizing
you.
that.
Anyone
Sorry?
else not you, hate them.
Sorry?
They teach you that anyone else not you, hate them.
Yeah. Everyone else apart from us, the government, the elites. I'd say some people in government are actually being controlled as well. So they don't even see it. But I'd say it's the billionaires, really, the people who cut the checks. You understand?
Yeah. For me, it's the whole system. See, for me, universities. See, if you notice, every politician has been to a university. So for me, universities are where the worst programming is done.
Oh, of course, the education system is
People
the
are
one.
so clever, but they do the dumbest shit going. How is that possible?
No, of course, like they know that people know this, that the education system is set up so that they have people who the people who obey the best end up achieving in that system and end up being the more loyal they are, the more what's it called, conform, the more they conform, that's the best way to describe it. The more they conform, so that's listening, doing the exams, revising for the test, the more they conform, the higher the position they are, the more money they get. That's all forms of saying, oh, okay, if you're a good slave, you'll become the house slave. You understand?
Yeah.
The people like, the people who are the drug dealers, well, I call them street pharmacists. The street pharmacists, they end up being the ones that get told that, oh, they're the bad people, that the house slaves should tell them off and make them be like them, and basically the people who are doing that, the street pharmacy and all that stuff, they are the people who actually kind of can see that something is wrong, but they can't put some of them can't put their finger on it. Some of them just can't put their finger on it. But
Teach rap, teach Afro man rap.
Yeah. Peace, brother. Big up you, man. Big up. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. I like that, man. What you're saying, man. 100%.
Yeah. So,
Continue, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. No
yeah.
problem, bro. No problem, bro.
I don't
Yeah.
really disturb Afro man, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because long time this brother here, I always wanted to reason with him, and this you he kind of surprised me. I like your ideology, fam. And
So
your
does that
ideology,
mean?
that's
So
just
does
why I
that
fuck.
mean we shouldn't? Does that mean we shouldn't blame? We shouldn't blame the poor racist white man or the poor Asian white man that's calling us nigger because they
No.
were
What you
because they
said,
were
what,
because they
no,
were
no, no,
because
no,
they were
no,
lied to too.
no.
Let
What I'm saying is this, yeah, is this. That Afro man was trying to break down a little structure or part of a structure of white supremacy. And he is right that the people who designed or manufactured white supremacy did not tell their white trash, the genuine outcasts, the plots of what they were doing. So what Afro man is saying that, boy, they don't really know what they do. They're just angry. They just feel cast out through what they're going through anyway. But me, as a point, I do with I know what white supremacy is, but the racism of what they were taught is all in it. Don't forget when remember it's always the low class who fight in the armies. You know? So when the American and the British army or the colonial army were sending out their troops, remember they recruited the most dumbest youths from up the country who doesn't have the education or the thinking capacity who could go to another country and kill innocent kids outright just by base of orders. That's why the British Army thrives on stupid, degenerate, white trash kids. That's why I call them.
yeah.
Yeah, the racist ones is because they're the ones who's easy to be channeled. Then you got those coons on our side with the black face and white hearts. That's bad, bro. Yeah, and that is what's created this hip hop generation and stuff like that. So when Afro Man is explaining himself, I do understand. That's why I didn't want to cut him up. If I cut him, I would have understood certain what he was saying. So no, I'm not. I don't cater. I don't accept racism for the low class. What I do see is the struggle, and I do identify with the struggle of what they're going through and the oppression of what they're going through. Because most of them only been seekers or university tax credit living in higher states than or higher blocks than I ever had. Yeah,
Would you say
living
what
more
pressure?
than I
What
ever.
pressure?
No, I'm saying I know that uh, the lower class white people who live amongst us. I'm talking about you got white people who live in Brixton, Kennington, Peckham, Brixton,
Yeah.
Streatham, or whatever. Those ones who remember when we were young, they would be grateful to have curry goat and rice, bruv, because you know what they'll have? Chips and egg, fam, or a bit of spam on the side.
Yeah, talk. Yeah, talk.
So I do it. So Afro man was right. So I do identify with what he was saying. Afro man, come in, fam. Finish yourself.
Yeah. I would even to add on to that because that's good that you mentioned that because Jada was saying that the other day because Jada said why can't we have we can never have a revolution that could ever be without war, and I said well actually we can to an extent because if you look at the system that we're living in, the people who you know organize the system and keep it going are just your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles, your father, your mother. All those groups of people are all related to your cousins, all of them. So the people who are in the army are your brothers, your sisters, your aunties. The people who are in the police force are your brothers and sisters. It's just for them to wake up and realize that they're being an even more bigger house slave than the house slave, and they're trying to be like the master, and they need to get out of that cloud that they're in and come to our side. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Just to add on to that note, that's the parables was even in the damn scriptures. That's why most of the scriptures are tailor made. Yeah, what's so tailor made it fits your life. That's why people always quote the scriptures, bruv. Because what you say, Afro man, yeah, runs parallel to what the guidelines. Remember, the revolution is not just about the revolution ain't just about going around killing damn people. It's about changing your damn life as well.
Yeah.
What you used to do. Remember, you have to change your mind first, and all that.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
why I always try to tell people, even on my social media, innit, it's transmitting the gangster mentality or that carnivore mentality or that thinking mentality to a God or to a heavenly mentality within yourself. Yeah, it's how you want to talk it. That's why I understand when in red letters Jesus was talking a lot of parables and a lot of people never understood it. And the Essenes was dropping all of that gems in the Dead Sea Scrolls, where some of the Hebrews never really took on that because of the ego system of the favoritism of the tribal. And everything happens that act for our ego. So for us to have a real revolution, you have to know who your enemy is, bro. And I always say who your enemy is. Your enemy is the damn system. It's the damn system where some people can't see what the system is. Don't forget, the very people who really oppress you every day is the very people who pay your rent, fam, and who pays your benefits. And if you ain't out there making your peace and do it all for yourself and feeling happy in yourself, you will remain oppressed. And this is what the system is. Remember, they're capitalizing off you every day, fam.
Mm,
But Afro man, you are right. We're all talking on the same level up here, so I'm gonna let everybody else speak.
no problem. Um, maybe what I'd also add is like because we have like maybe where the views differ is like when it comes to certain practices like some people are you know they're off that homo LGBT thing and I'm like I'm not gay anyway, but for people like them they can practice what they want in it, but like obviously that's something that we need to get our minds around about certain groups of people doing what they want to do and just practice it. It's like religion. If you want to practice your religion, no problem, but don't let it interfere with other people if you understand what I'm saying.
And that's why with people who use religion, that's why I realized that God made many places for people who wants to have that, who doesn't want to be within the law, who wants to step out and have their own things like Nod, uh, places like Sodom and Gomorrah. Not to say to you, Afro man, that you're a faggot and all, fam. I'm not saying anything there. I'm just saying that the world is big enough for if you want to live a lifestyle where you want to be transgender or whatever. It's a lot of land mass for that, fam. There's a lot of
Yeah,
places.
I know.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
always tell people, I don't want to be talking and be a hypocrite because I know that a lot of people who I looked up to who was against fag gays, against all of that, has grown up and had children who are blown out gay fam. And that's within the black community, bruv. Yeah. Let alone talk about what's the influence outside the community, the influence inside my community today. I'm just telling people straight, innit? I do it. I'm an African brother. When I say African, I try to not say I'm an African in the colonial mentality state, meaning this: the laws of my nature tells me and reveals who I am, and I ain't going against it. What I don't feel right for me, I'm not with it, fam. But I ain't gonna go out and tell people to go around killing people because it's very hard to tell black people go free yourself. If black people don't want to free themselves with words, how the hell they go free themselves with any other actions? So I always tell man, boy, you know what? The way the system is, and how I grew up in the 70s and 80s, how I grew up in the 80s and 90s, certain things was not forbidden in my community the time I was I'm a man. You could never tell a friend at the age of 18 in my community or 21 that you're gay, fam. No matter how much you thought your friend was your best friend, you might not be able to tell your brother that, bruv. You might not be able to tell your family that to this day. You know what I mean? Until the government has made things open and black people always want to be accepted or think they're accepted in this government, they have reviewed certain things, what has brought hindrance on their own struggles, bruv. That's what I say. I say this to a lot of people. Sometimes you can't really tell a person how you really think no more, because a person will base your whole life on your thinking and say, yeah, you think that, so that's what you do. But the way how I like to reason, especially my younger generation, first of all, Afro man, when I look at you, I know you got big beard in that, and I always say, boy, you know what? I see you at most of my events, and I always say, you know what? I always want to guide man down the right direction. I always try to show you that even I'm a Black Panther, I always have a English mentality where you can relate with. I don't act American, bruv. Because I talk well through me, fam. This is why I have a high ranking in the Black Panthers, because I identify with every struggle in the European. My family's mixed in our family. Yeah, my mother's a mixed race person. My family's Irish, and and because I'm black, I realized racism was in my own blood family, fam. Yeah, from the Irish descent. So I fully this within my own bloodline. So I don't need to come up on Facebook or not or social media and talk shit. I grew up with racism within my own family, fam. I got mixed race family. I got white aunties who are Irish, who talk fluent Irish, bruv. And I identify with the RA, but guess what? When I look at you and I look at myself, I have to identify with who I am. I can't be like my family. If that was the case, I wouldn't be coming up on here talking all of this if I was accepted. I prove, bruv, you can't be accepted, bruv. I'm trying to say, you know what? The biggest respect a white man could ever give you is for you to love yourself, or for you to love your kind. Because most white people say to you straight up, why do you not kill each other? Why do you not do this? Why do you not do that? First of all, you got to ask yourself this. We only taught that because they taught us all that. To tell you the truth, we are loving people. If somebody knocked on your door at 1 o'clock in the morning with pure blood on him, I bet you will help him. That's in your nature, fam. You know what I mean? That's what the
That's why we've
wild
always
and
been victimized.
all of those sites was about, fam. Getting true to your natural self, fam. Rude boy, these are all lessons, you know, fam. Yeah? And I tell people straight, your whole life is a lesson. So you will have to learn from everybody and everything. Not just me, bruv. I learn from you, you know, and I learn from Beefy, and I learn from everybody else. I learn from the racist people. You know what I love? I love racist people, because as long as they're racist, I know what they're about and I know how to deal with them. Do you know what I don't like? It's the people who act like I'm not racist. I got a black girlfriend. I got a white girlfriend. I'm not racist. I do this. I do that. You the ones who would hang me, turn me in if that was the case. Remember, money doesn't give a fuck, bruv. You put a man, you put money in front of your own brother, you see how why Africa's in certain turmoil as it is, or why Jamaica's in certain turmoil, or the West Indies, or America's in certain turmoil. Ain't about race, it's about money now, isn't it? So what's going on out here? We out here talking about our colour, and people's out there talking about money, bruv.
Yeah, that's why I said mention the whole communism thing. 'Cause when you understand communism, the definition is literally stateless, moneyless, and classless society. So that's where I'm coming from when I'm talking about all that other, you hear about Soviet Union, you hear about North Korea, you hear about China. When you actually look at what they're practicing based on the definition given, that it's a contradiction. It can't be. And when you actually go into a lot of I think philosophers and people who study this part of political science also, they will tell you as well that like people like Stalin and them were never communists. They were just saying it by mouth. Just like um yeah, it's weird, bro. Like
But you gotta realize, see, with Mao and Lenin, Trotsky, Russia, China, even Cambodia, Thailand, even remember, you gotta realize Marcus Garvey was before all of them, brother. And sometimes you got to realize that a lot of these people really got their studies and learning from you African people, bruv, and gone back to their own people and liberate their own people in their own language, in their own traditions, and in their own culture. And they never gave you the respect that you are the ones who really showed them all this. That's why I keep telling people that take some time out and find out the liberation and the freedom fighters within your own country. Why don't people talk about Idi Amin? Idi Amin learned of the Europeans. He became a high top general, but guess what he did? He took their weapons, and when they was in his country, they bowed down. He picked them up, he told them, you got to bow, bruv. And he said to them straight, when you're in my country, you respect me for what I say, innit? And he was a Muslim and he was loyal to it, but he was loyal for black first, bruv. It
Mm.
was for his tribe, it was for his people, it was for his family. He put his own brothers and sisters and cousins and stuff and relatives in the damn army, bruv. Yeah, in the Ugandan army, bruv. He had wives. Everybody was in power and in position. Uh, who you want to talk about? Castro. Castro brought his when he became a president of Cuba. He started to bring all of his family and stuff into the government. Don't forget the reason why Jamaica talks about Fidel Castro enough because when Americans and CIA was trying to fuck Jamaica up, yeah, Cuba reached out to the Jamaicans. That's why we always say power to the people. But that's another topic, yeah, because that's how half of Jamaica's political power got in with Fidel Castro through the liberation struggle. Why do you think Bob Marley? Bob Marley is a person you should read. If any black person you really should identify with, Bob Marley, bruv. Bob Marley shows you about that. He tells you straight when he was going to his concerts to do his shows, he wasn't really meant to sing to white people, but they were the ones who were there, bruv. So yeah, he didn't feel no shame to talk about his Africanness. Well, did he?
No.
Tell me Bob Marley hide from his Africanness. He never wrapped up his hair, tried to wear skin tight trousers, really wanted to shock out. He can't shock out. He bubbled, bruv. He
Mm.
spoke about free Africa and all of that. When
Mm.
he went to Zimbabwe and he saw all the white people at the front, what did he turn around and do? He come off the stage, open up the back door, bruv.
Mm.
And he saw thousands of black people who never had the money to get into the place, bruv. He allowed them in. There's too much people in your African as heroes of modern day who've done so much good work, bruv. Sorry, fam, I allow you to talk.
No, no, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but one thing about me, Afro man, I always wanted to talk to you. I always wanted to tell you that we all are Black Panthers, fam, and we all are in the corner.
yeah.
And when we're in the corner, we tend to fight back. We tend to react. You know what I mean? We always try to tell people that we believe in self-defense. We don't want to cause war, but if war
No,
comes to us, enemy is necessary.
I
So
think
what it is for people to realize that a black panther is a cat what likes to be in the jungle, but doesn't like to always come out on the limelight, rah rah rah. He doesn't do all of that.
yeah,
Black Panthers is a hard cat to actually get captured of, fam.
yeah. No,
You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. I think where I said I disagreed with the Black Panther was what's his name? Captain or
No. You talk
uh
about King Muhammad's fam, yeah?
who?
With Bobby Seals, yeah? What was you saying?
Who?
Bob, you were saying what you didn't agree with.
Yeah,
Who?
I can't remember his name. It was something Muhammad or something like that.
Who?
You were saying what?
Malik Muhammad.
Sorry?
Who? Malik Muhammad. Who?
Malik Muhammad, maybe, yeah. Shabazz or Malik Shabazz.
Oh, though, you're talking about King Samir. Malik
Yeah,
Shabazz,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard a few of his stuff he said, and I was just like, yeah, no, that doesn't seem right still. So that's why I was just like, yeah, I can't really like because I also read up into the original Black Panthers, and
Yeah.
a lot of them are who were part of the original. They formed a new foundation called the Original Panther Foundation, and they've openly said that what people like Malik Shabazz is preaching is actually anti-Black Panther and
No. Let me just
No,
clean it up.
they've not just got
No,
soften
no,
up.
you said, let me just clean it up for you. It's just what happened when, remember, in 1985, the original Black Panthers was dismantled by COINTELPRO. Yeah, in 1989 in Dallas, yeah, in Dallas, the new Black Panthers came about through Aaron Michaels. In 1998, Khalid Muhammad became the chairman of that formation. So when he was going out, Bobby Seals was saying he did not agree with Khalid Muhammad on the points of being black extremist, being a black extremist.
yeah,
He didn't agree with Khalid Muhammad talking about we should deal with Africans and white people are devils. So what you got to realize is this: the Black Panthers went for a change in the 70s as well, fam. Because if you study the Black Panthers when Bobby Seals went against the New York Black Panthers under the African or the Black Liberation Army, where the Shakur family come from, where Tupac comes from, when Tupac was talking about having an African mind, that's when the Black Panthers, remember this, Bobby Seals was trying to be a president, not president, but he was trying to be a California state mayor.
yeah.
And what he didn't want is black extremism to fuck up his political rallies. Get me, bruv? So what he had to do is back off of all of the black power stuff, if you understand, and say it's all power to the people. Because if you dealing with American political levels, you got to deal with all people. You can't deal with just your own black community. It's like me. If I went and tried to get myself in Parliament,
Does that mean he sold his soul then?
huh?
Does that mean he sold his soul then?
No, fam. What happened? Bobby Seals did not want Khalid Muhammad to really identify with getting, how shall I put it? He didn't want Khalid Muhammad's party to have any interference with his political achievement.
But that's what I'm saying, because why though? Why though? He must have sold, for that to occur, he must have sold his soul to say he is going to stand down for what he believes in. Wait, listen, for him to stand, listen, for him to stand down in what he believes in, just to run for a party.
No, that's because that's what I'm saying. Like what the original Black Panthers were saying compared to the rhetoric of the new Black Panthers today.
No, Bob, it's not rhetoric. What you got to realize, fam, is that
I'm saying both rhetorics are different.
No. Let me just explain. The original Black Panther Party really wanted to go for the White House. That's why it was called the Black Panther Party. They was trying to create a government like Labour or Conservative over here, but calling it the Black Panther Party, all power to the people. Yeah? Yeah? But now, it's like this, yeah? When you hear gang going to the park, you got white people who will say that black gang is a black extremist group. Now, you will have other people in gang, like Rat Raven, who will come out and say, nah, gang ain't a racist group. Yeah? They guided the new generation. But you would hear me saying, as another elder, that, nah, I deal with black first. I'm a Black Panther. You understand? And this is the things what went wrong in the black community, because we got to realize that the Black Panther Party itself was riddled with secret agents.
Yeah, of course, but you still didn't answer the question though.
The question
was, did Bobby Seale sell out?
Yes, that's what I said. And most of the original Black Panther Party did sell out from when COINTELPRO was giving them money for them to set up each other and all sorts of stuff. So it's deep. Remember, he had political agendas. He saw himself being in as a next prime minister for America, bruv. Yeah, that was his. That's why Bobby Seals and European Union had their differences as well, fam. You understand? Bobby Seals didn't really get along with all the Panthers. That's why if you study the Black Panther Party history, you realize that there was so much CIA involvement and FBI involvement, you didn't know who was real and who was authentic.
Sorry, Uncle. Let me just see it how I understand it. Like, I know that because I've watched there's a new group in America right now called the Black Socialists of America, right? And they've been talking and interviewing people who were part of the original Black Panther Party groups and whatnot, and talking to them, and they've said the same thing that you said, that amongst them there was, agents who were constantly in people's ears telling people, oh, listen, this guy, he's talking stuff about you and whatnot, and that's how the whole differences came about and whatnot, where one group is saying, listen, we can't trust no one, yeah, and we have to first have this idea of not attacking, but like, more, what's it called, on arms, more like what's it called, fighting up people, whereas other people say, no, let's deal with the original. Let's deal with the what's it called, the knowledge and the teachings and everything. And then it gets like he was saying the same thing similar to what you were saying as well. I think where the differences come about now is like now with we're saying that the white man's the devil and whatnot in the group where I was mentioning about Malik Shabazz, but when you go to
I love you, fam. What you were saying is not wrong, because what you say, you got to realize that when the Nation of Islam came into the new Black Panther group, the teachings of the Elijah Muhammad and we call it Farrakhan and Khalid Muhammad got involved in the party as well. Do you understand? Because all of that is the Islamic principle of what they was taught in the Nation of Islam. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, they were part of Nation of Islam, weren't they, innit?
Yeah.
And
don't forget, a third of them went into the new Black Panther Party when Muhammad became the new chairman.
Yeah. But I think also, like, it's not like they madly disagree with each other. Like, obviously they will if the feds are there, they all stand in solidarity against each other. But it's the main core teachers, like when you go to people like Chairman Fred Hampton Senior, the stuff he was saying and stuff like that, and even to the point where he so-called hillbillies, that he did the Rainbow Coalition with them, and he was there shaking hands with them, and he was standing sitting, and behind him is what people see today as the Confederate flag.
What you gotta realize, that remember this, not all of the Black Panthers come from the same formation, fam. They came from different states, different laws, different ideology, different struggles of how they want to become the Panthers to kind of deal with the community. So what I always try to tell you, in some cases, to deal with a community where you got lots of dreads, man like yourself, with enough laps and them thing there, you might have to talk a bit of African or a bit of yard for you to grab them people. And if you went to people like Beefy and Backwards Corner with ski masks and bandanas and shit, you might have to talk like me, a bit of a black rider. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Because that's one of the things they said. That's one of the things they said as well. They said a lot of the different chapters, they had different names in it. Some identified with their African names, and then some of the chapters over there were like, why these people got African names? We are
because they're the African ideology. It's that when you look at gang, gang is a bit more like South California and a bit more like the Black Liberation Army. The reason why I say that is because we wear black, we wear bandanas, we kind of more gangster, uh, we're more revolutionary but gangsters, get me? We're a bit more, we just talk, we do the thing, but we don't think like average brothers and sisters out there kind of thing. Do you know where I'm coming from? But if you put it on us, we must probably give you the beef the same way, get me? That's how different of the formations work. But what I want you to dress up is this, that today, a lot of the old Black Panthers is working with all the younger youths now. That's why if you saw my first video going to the park, you saw me with a brother called Twilight Bay, innit? And Twilight Bay was actually taught by the Black Panthers in LA. He doesn't come from over here. So when you see me when I first came over onto gang, and me and Twilight talking, and I was first kicking it, when I was first kicking the Black Panther talk, when you first saw me go to the G Circle with my uniform on, and you see a short elder come and chat, I'm talking about Twilight Bay. Those brothers were and he was coming from not like the man who dealt with the bloody Crips, meaning the peace. The peace treaties what went over the bloody Crips during the 90s and the 80s. It was them brothers who kind of got the peace treaty sorted out. So when gang of this generation did what we did for England, all sorts of people come out from our community. That's why you got Rustbeck, Jedi, everybody comes from different parts of London, you know. They're not all from the same areas or went to the same school or their cousins. You know what I mean? You got Macri, you got Beefy, you got all of us come from different parts of London, you know, fam.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
But I don't really put that out there by telling people, that gang is like the Black Panthers. But you got to realize, in this whole scenario, it's all about you, silly. It's all about us, innit? It's all about our community. So all the principles and levels is a bit the same, but it's how we deal with our struggles, innit? The worstest thing I could have ever done is come into gang and act like I'm American and come with American philosophies and attract no one over here, bruv.
No, I hear what you're saying, because that was going back to our original thing that we were stating about, you know, communism is a European philosophy and we're bringing it to Africa now, isn't it?
Yeah, they're trying to.
Yeah. So where I was coming from was...
correction. Communism came out of Africa and went around the world. Don't get that twisted. No, don't get that twisted. Yeah? People was dealing with communism in various tribes. They might not call it communism. They might not talk about revolution or socialism or all of that talk, but they had it in their own tribes. I ain't got to undermine Beefy and tell him that his people wasn't civilized. His own tribe wasn't civilized. That is an English mentality, or that is a Western mentality, to believe that, because I have a government and it's got this structure, your government, your country, your land don't have no structure at all. That is ignorant, fam.
That's true, because I remember what's his name? I think Shakara was talking about one of his friends that's from Ghana, and he was telling him how in Ghana before when the Europeans first arrived, they were asking, I think it was their Shanti tribe, and they went to them and they asked them, where's their king to talk to? But Ashanti at that time wasn't governed by a king. It was governed by, it was governed by the community, and if they needed any like sort of little guidance or whatnot, they would go over to like the healers or whatever they were.
Yeah, they got Shermans, they got doctors.
Yeah. So they went over to them. But the British were like, no, we need a leader. So that's when they came up with the concept of the Shantihini or the Santihini. So the
Yeah.
first king of Ghana was basically from Europeans coming in and saying, yo, we need to talk to someone who's the head of it because it makes it look weird that they have a society where they don't have a ruler.
Yeah,
So
what they don't, what they wanted to do. Remember, Europeans always had a figurehead who they
yeah,
could go to, like the Queen or the King,
yeah,
like King George, King Arthur,
yeah,
Queen Elizabeth,
yeah,
Queen Victoria. They always had that authority. So when they was going to places like Zimbabwe,
mm,
Congo, remember this, fam. They didn't even go into Congo too tough enough, fam. Yeah,
mm,
this is another lie they taught you. Ghana and all of those places where they didn't even go in depth into the country. What they did is whoever would shake their hand, drink a bit, exchange this and that is
mm,
where who they worked with.
exactly,
You understand?
exactly, yeah,
Yeah? And whoever they could work with and intimidate, they colonize.
mm,
You know what I mean?
mm,
And that's the fact. That's why when Robert Mugabe got into power, how long did it take the British to overpower him before he left? Over 40, 50 years he was in power for now. Before the British said, you know what, he's weak now, get him off the
but
presidency.
I would slightly disagree with that because I feel like Mugabe would have remained in power if his people felt like he was doing good
Nah,
for
bruv,
them.
nah. Come on, bruv. It's like Jamaica, fam. When you coming from these places, yeah, where
Yeah,
you realize that, fam, British government has your country so up, yeah. If they said to Mugabe, if they turn around and say to the people of Mugabe, if you don't get Mugabe off of power, yeah, we won't help you, we won't help you
so who? I,
through
I just
aiding
but
and brand promises.
I just want to know who were the people the UK government was talking to, and can we name like because that does sound like a bit weird to me, like how people would be talking suddenly after 40 years, British
Like,
government goes, yeah, talk to these three people and get them off power.
Hold on, hold on. Beefy comes from Zimbabwe. Make him tell you now.
No problem, no problem.
you see, Mugabe is a puppet master. No matter how he
Okay.
played nice at first and everything was for the people at first, he still was a puppet master. And my thing is the proof of the pudding. Zimbabwe went under sanctions for the last 15 years. Mugabe was in power.
Mm,
He became richer and richer. And where was all his money kept? Guess where? In England. Where's all his money now? Still in England. He's allowed to come here, have operations. He's allowed to fly all over the world, do whatever he wants to do. But these people are oppressed. So Mugabe is one of the biggest sellouts. That's why we say we don't trust any political party in Africa. We don't trust anyone who's close to the politician in Africa because they work for the system.
Hold on. So what you say then? So what you say then? Any black man you see in a suit and tie, don't trust him.
If they claim to be a politician, yes, don't trust them. But they work for the system.
You will.
Politics is part of the system. So anyone, they say they give you the good and bad. So they sell you both sides. So Mugabe, one time, if you want him to make him be good, he's good. They sell you that, but he's still working for them. Oh, he gave you this, he gave you that. No, he didn't give them shit. Look, when he got his Zimbabwe today, he said it's in. Mugabe is still one of the richest people in the world. How is that possible? How come he's allowed to travel all over the world when these people are not allowed to travel around the world? So he knew what he was doing. He just played the game well. He's now being rewarded off with money. He's living the good life. But these people are in the shit. And when people say, "Oh, Mugabe not for Africa," he didn't do fuck all. Mandela, the same thing. They didn't do fuck all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying because that like the reason why if no people would overthrow their own leader if they didn't feel like they were at the brunt of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you see people rioting in France or rioting here in UK, it's all because they are feeling like there's some type of injustice going on where the system is skewed. So that's why I looked at Zimbabwe in that sense that people just did a revolution because they felt like this guy right now, he's not doing anything for the people, and people even here in UK from that country, Zimbabwe, say the same thing. Like, yo, this guy, he doesn't care for his people. He only cares for his friends and his family, or the people that he considers family, not for everyone. So that's why people can't really. Overall, people look at him. The reason why people see him as a hero here as well is the fact that he stood up to the British.
But that was all part of the game.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, apart from that, he was really just another capitalist. I have to keep on saying this capitalist thing because
No. I'll tell you what though, and that's the same. I heard worse talks regarding Haile Selassie as well. In fact, yeah, certain other African political leaders has done worse stuff to their people than you could ever imagine.
No, of course.
I heard, what's that tribe called? What's that tribe called in Kenya? Yeah, the Mau tribe. What they went through with their own president, Kente, what's the name? Kenya, yeah. Kenyatta, yeah. I heard that he sold out the Mau tribe as well, bruv.
Yeah, and see what I say. I keep wanting to come to a point. See, Mugabe
sold out their own soldiers, and
Mugabe was a Western educated man. You see what I'm saying? He had the Western values.
But that's the thing. I don't see it an issue with having been educated in Britain. I think it's the content of your character that needs to be judged.
No, but see, if you carry Western values with you of politics, of classism, and everything, you're part of the problem.
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. Yeah. I do. But then at the same time, I would also say that it's also still to do with certain people's attitudes. So if they're using it and whatnot, and they make a system, like some people argue, maybe instead of getting rid of capitalism, have another form of it called democratic socialism, where they still have a more equal society. So that's where they nationalize everything, but you have a leader that's making sure things are running smoothly.
That's the problem. We see, this is another thing. We cannot sell each other dreams. We'll start disagreeing before we even agree on freedom first. The best thing I say, we're getting freedom to determine our own future, our own destiny. So whatever you decide, it's up to you now. As long as you don't interfere with me, that's it. But once you start trying to say, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing this, we're causing problems before we've even been free.
I absolutely agree with you. I 100% agree with you. It's just the fact that, and it was like the conversation that me, you, and Jedi were having the other day. It's like some people just don't see it, and it's crazy. It's like, now what do I do? Do I get, because for the longest I was so depressed about it. I was like looking at it like, bro, like, can people not see that all that they're doing doesn't make no sense? They're saying it don't make no sense, but they're saying, what can we do?
Yeah,
no, you have the power to do something.
Stop
paying for anything. Like, the same bakery shop is run by your brothers, your sisters, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all they need to do is continue to distribute food without using money.
Yeah.
And people in the society can help and use the thing. It's like because you guys are saying you're against technology. I say I'm not really against technology. I'm against technology that's detrimental to the environment.
Hold on, you say against technology?
Oh no, I was talking about Maku. Sorry,
me.
Yeah, Maku, Beefy, and Jedi, because they're against.
They're against technology.
Yeah.
All right, that's their business. Let me stay out.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But yeah, that's where I say that technology can have its benefits, but it's the way we use it. Like for me, that's what it comes down to. Like if and then this idea of there's this thing that, oh, the pharmaceutical companies and all that, the same pharmaceutical companies, they are run by your brother, your sister, your cousin. Pharmaceuticals is studied at university, and these people who work there to make these medicines are, like I said, your brother and sister. So I don't know, I don't know, man. Like, that's how I look at it. Like,
no, but listen, this is the thing, then, yeah. How I would like you to look at it. You got your brother who's in police. yeah, and you've
Yeah.
got your cousin who's
Yeah.
military. And when
Yeah.
I say that, and I'm not talking about the average foot soldier, yeah,
Mm.
both have mental power, but you a revolutionary, yeah.
Mm.
Now, what you saying is this: you ain't prepared to kill your family through your mission, basically, but they will
100%,
kill you.
100%, 100%. I've even said
Uh,
to people on this revolution thing that I'll be front line, and because people keep saying to me, so you go and you kill yourself or you do whatever you have to do to be. I said, listen, I'll be front line if I know that I've got enough people backing me. If I know
no,
that there's thousand people in
I
front,
get
I'll
where
be
you're coming
first
from.
there.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I said this many times.
yeah,
You know, if I was a, this is where you learn through. This is where you learn that you must have discipline.
mm,
There's a lot of things in life that could get you angry, where you could just go and commit an act now. Yeah.
yeah. I know.
So what I always say to people, you need to be go through a revolutionary change or a complete constructive change within yourself.
Mm,
Meaning, when you see a person who is fully I don't. What I always say, you have somebody who is so strong in righteousness. Without being righteousness, he is convinced that he is reached his ultimate purity in his state. Yeah, and he will commit an act according to his scriptures. They'll call it a martyr. So I always say to people, fam, how you view things and how the world views things, you have to make a distinction that if you go commit an act, the world or the people who you try to reach is on your side, or you will just look like a suicide bomber.
suicide bomber. That's what I'm saying. You look like a
Uh,
terror. They'll label you a
Yeah,
terrorist.
yeah, because I would have did that years ago if that was the case.
Yeah, you see what I'm
You just
saying?
think to yourself, like did I said, the worstest thing about most people out here, the ones who's done that wasn't revolutionizing their heads. There wasn't really a marker in spirit and in mind.
Yeah.
No, bruv, because what it is, if you and there are people who have committed acts as said and up or said Jesus Christ or said in the name of the Father, who's done stuff, yeah.
Mm,
But you know they did it in an act where it was a valid reason.
mm,
But you got some people, majority of the people, doesn't their validity to the actions does not make it, bro. So you have to be extra careful even when you're mentioning stuff because what you got to realize is a thin line between reality and fantasy, bro. And
I
when
know.
you reach that thin line of reality, your whole world can change in one moment, fam.
No, no, I get it. I do. No, no, trust me. I'm on that level. Like that's why I'm saying, like, listen, like, I'm not gonna do anything unless I know that, like, everyone's on this. Like, no, everyone's 10 toes. Like, no one's like, oh,
Uh,
half-hearted. No, everyone's ten
you
toes.
know,
Like,
No, it's
you
not
know,
even that though,
for
fam.
me,
It's
yeah,
not even that.
for me, it's a
Oh,
bit,
sorry, beefy. Go on.
for me, it's a bit different. But for me, yeah, I know I'm gonna reach a point in my life one day when I'm gonna say, "What?" For me personally, I've had enough. I, I'm not gonna live on my knees anymore. I've had enough. And whether 100 people come with me, whether 2 people come with me, whether 3 people come with me, I won't give a fuck. See what I'm saying? That's
that's
the point.
that's suicide, bro.
That's suicide, bro.
No. That's ninja business, isn't it?
No,
Like
I'm saying,
you have reached. Hold on, beefy. You have reached.
when are we
You
gonna
have,
be ready? Oh, when are we gonna be ready then?
yeah, when are you gonna ever be ready, fam?
We're
We're never
never
gonna be
gonna.
ready. That's the case.
That's true. That is very true. When are we ever gonna be ready? Because
We're never
that's
gonna
the.
be ready. It's never.
But but
The time
but
is now. But
but
listen, all it
but
takes. I'd rather be the spark that sparks the revolution, innit?
but
Then there's no spark, it will never happen.
but hear what I'm saying. Beefy. Like I don't know. Maybe it's like the stuff that I listen to or whatnot. But I see a lot of people are waking up to it, and people like I mentioned earlier. There's group in America called the Black Socialists of America, and they talk to a lot of these original Panthers, and they said themselves that they are so happy that they've got a reawakening of people who are really on this revolutionary thing, who really want to down with this capitalist system and inform a more fairer society. We don't even have to say communism or anarchism or libertarian. So all these words are just words to describe a society which is fairer, that people live um according to what they want, and each according to their own, according to what they need, and all those type of stuff right now that I'm just mentioning. But
Yeah.
that's really what people want. People want that freedom where, oh rah, I can go to another country without having a passport. You know what I mean? I can go to a warmer climate without what's it called? Thinking that I have to get papers or whatever documents or whatever to go to this place. Do you see what I'm saying? Like people don't see like I feel like people are slightly waking up. It's just it's taking long right now. That's how I look at it anyway. But
Yeah. Uh, Even like for me on the revolution thing, I think revolution. I think there's always been this. If you move in certain circles, you always feel like there's a lot of people who are open. But when you move in certain circles, you realize, bruv, people are still asleep. That's the problem.
no, it's true. No, it's true.
So when you move in certain circles, you think, yeah, we're up for this thing, we're up for this thing. Then you just come out of the little comfort zone there and go in certain circles, and you realize, boy, there's a much of work to do.
They're the agent.
Yeah.
They're usually the agent. That's the problem. But you know what? Yeah, like I said, like from the way I've been looking at it, maybe it's just like all my what's it called, like kite caches or whatever, the ones that your feed just comes up with bare anti-capitalist stuff. Like maybe that's probably why. But like I do see like pockets of people like being like, yo, like I know this ain't fair,
Yeah. But
but
what
I
I
can't find people right now who are on my type of thinking.
I think we're getting less more liberation. We're getting more betterment. I see less
Mm.
liberation talk. I'm getting more. I'm hearing more people talk about betterment
That's
now.
I would say that's a few people, but you know what it is as well, because this is even when I mentioned that group right now, they said that one of the arguments I had with him was that he was saying that in order to get this liberation thing, um we have to go through politics, and I was like, he was like make changes here and there, and I was just like, but you don't need to really, because my argument for me is like, if you know your community is messed up, why don't the community themselves fix up? Why do they have to need a government to put money into the system, into that community to fix it? Like why can't the community go, okay, we all live in this community, we're gonna chip in to help it. And why do you need this money? Why do you even need money to do it? You see what
Mm.
I'm saying? That's what I was saying, like to him, but he was saying no, like you can make reforms here and there, and I'm just like looking at him like, but when has reforms ever worked? Like you make a reform there, but a reform there is not gonna benefit you, it's gonna benefit
For
someone
me,
else.
for me, those type of people, yeah, bro, those type of people to me are just what out of
Coons.
here. Seriously, bro, those type of people are only there to be better in the system.
Mm, I get you still. But then at the same time, I do get what they're saying too with the whole thing. But I think they're oversimplifying it, thinking that, oh, they're gonna walk into the government and they're just gonna give in to their demands and say, yeah, listen, let's have this money and use it to help the community here and whatnot. Like now, even them, they were asking for donations, and they were using these donations. I can't remember what exactly they asked for, but they said they were putting into new facilities to be able to. And I was just like, but um, the Black Panther Party, they had a breakfast program. They had a hospital, the sickle cell program. They didn't need like, I don't think they asked people in the community like some the for the sickle cell program. They had doctors or nurses who were off duty, took their off duty days to be in the community treating people. You know, the breakfast program, it was from people in the community, whatever little food they had, they'll give it to students at school before school to eat before they go into like that was the type of stuff they did. They didn't need like people coming and saying, oh, bring me this amount of money and like I was a bit confused anyway, but I don't know. Like that's how I looked at it anyway. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm oversimplifying it. Maybe Uncle can tell me what other stuff, what was it, how it worked? Am I right? Did they actually take off duty doctors? Did they pay the off duty doctors, or did they just say off duty?
Okay, just to elaborate on that, yeah. Did you know that even also Marcus Garvey used to do that? A lot of people within our black community from New York, Los Angeles, Jamaica, even London, within the black communities, used to take their professional works and put it in their community. Meaning that if you a bus driver, you could do shuttling work for your community. Meaning that you got people who can't afford to take a bus journey to from one town to another town. So what they used to do, they used to give services for the community. Did you know that when most of the men and mothers and fathers was being locked up in prison, the Black Panthers used to actually have shuttles to go through many different prisons through the states, meaning that they would just shuttle from one town to this prison. Like you would have 50 families or 40 to 50 people from this community who's got a same day, same times level visiting, so they do that. They do so much.
Sorry to disturb you. Let me say for 1 second. Mr. Academics Christian, my friend in the comments. I don't know what you want here, bro. There's nothing for you here. We know you are racist. We know you're anti-black. We know you're anti-gang. Yeah? We don't want you around here. Why don't you go and talk to your DFNA friends or something? You don't want it around here, bro. I stop begging you. We don't want you around here. We don't want your type around here. Yeah? Please. Yeah? Wait for something better to do. How can you sit around the whole day watching people's videos of people you don't like? It don't make sense, bro. Yeah? Go do something for your people, bro. Seriously. Huh? You're obsessed with man so much. You want to be so black so much that you have to hang around every video, watch every one of our videos, be around everything. Yeah? Seriously, bro. Get a life. Huh?
So he wants to be black, you know.
Yeah? It's why he wants to be black so much he can't help himself, bro. You know what I mean? Please, bro. We don't want you. Yeah? We don't want you. Seriously, we don't want you. Do your thing, bro. Go and talk to your people, bro. Innit? Go and talk about how you want to uphold the system, how you want to pick up the system, innit? If you've got a problem with us, don't worry about us, bro. Innit? We know. We know you're a slave master, innit? We know you don't want your slaves to be free. So you fight it so much. Oh, bro, we got you. We know who you are. Huh? It's a cracker. We got you. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm talking about. We're gonna talk our talk. Yeah, we're gonna talk our talk. Yeah. Things up when the sun don't shine, rude boy. Yeah. Carry on, Captain. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, as I was saying, that we provided a lot of services. Like, as I say, why don't people who do, as you say, we got a lot of people in our family who does different jobs as civil service or non-civil service, but within the system. And if they're a little, maybe 3 hours, because you got people working homeless shelters, yeah? Right now, it's how people are homeless out here, but they're taking their time out now to spend 8 hours from 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock, like 12 hours now, 12 every day during the winter. But you got people from different professions helping the homeless shelters in London now. And I don't give a fuck about your colour. I'm just telling you now. That is what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But this is the problem with our community. We've got a lot of black successful business owners and everything else who could do the same thing. And this is why we all struggling right now, because there's a thing called sharing. Get me, fam. I've been amongst gang where we go to certain communities and all, bruv, and the man them has put money out, took money out of their own pockets, and bought barbecue stuff, yeah, and ended up feeding people from in the community, fam, without stuff, yeah. This is the stuff what we can do to help people. These are the stuff that we could do to help ourselves. And this is why they always try to tell you about the African village mentality, how everybody, it was all about one for all for one, innit? And all of that, it was about sharing.
It takes a village to raise a family.
Yeah, and don't forget, we don't want to live in a family structure no more. It's that a lot of people over here do live for themselves, innit? As long as this is the mentality of certain parents. As long as it's not my child out there stabbing nobody, I don't give a fuck. But when it's their children getting stabbed, they make noises as well, fam.
That's why I said it's the sickness of capitalism, because only capitalism makes you think, oh, it's all business.
Yeah, but as I say, when you think of those money now and your resources, this is the problem with people. This is the problem. I love Afro man, but it's a long time I wanted to just put him on a platform like this and deal with him. Yeah, Afro, you can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. A long time I wanted to just hold you, and I said, don't beat him, teach him. Right. You know why capitalism is a problem, because if you put in natural resources of humanity, that's where capitalism becomes an actual bad point. Yeah. Now, when you're dealing with colonialism, yeah, colonialism is a act of controlling and manipulating a whole regime, putting in a regime. So when I say to you, I could have went to university and got all of my diplomas and degree, and I thought I don't want to be trained like that, because these are also the mistakes I learned, that as long as you have their definitions of their wording, you must know how that the definitions of certain words could be all so simple. All of their big words is all in your vocal calorie of your everyday language where you talk to your community. Most of the things where you talk about socialism, if gang couldn't socialize, no way we could have a year anniversary. Half of the stuff you are asked talking about, we had to learn to become brothers. So we had to learn that capitalism can't be above your brother, get me, to a level. But everybody always says our struggles is our money. But when we get money, only a few put it to the right resources. That's what I always say. Yeah.
So are we saying? Are you trying to say that capitalism can work? It's just the right people.
No. The reason why I say capitalism would never work is because you would always have your workers, and you would be suppressing your worker for your gain. Because the reason why your boss employs you every week, you can able to do 40 hours a week. You might not believe it. You might tell you he does not make money, but he makes a profit for you to be there, and he pays your national insurance and everything. And I'm not talking about 0-hour contractors. I'm talking about people who's got contracts that every boss or manager, not manager, but every COO to a manager really makes enough profit for you to even be there, so that next year of the tax year, he has made back his tax money, or he has put into the tax man, because this is the catch. That's why capitalism is all of your everyday lifestyle. It's very hard to really avoid it, because the way how it's set it up so complex. The loopholes is right in front of your face, and you won't be able to see it.
I'll even go on deep and say it's not a loophole. It's
just
not
deep. Don't try to be deep.
No, okay.
We're reasoning. Nothing to think about. Because why? We're not trying to deal with quantum physics. We're
No,
not
no,
trying to talk about
no,
things. We're not trying to prove it's a heaven now or
no.
God exists. Stuff like that.
Yeah, well, no, what I'm saying is like when you overstand that, when you say things like loophole, a
Yeah,
loophole is something that people in some way, shape, or form concede to, right?
yeah,
So people know that really when you say a loophole is something that's written down in a paper. You understand?
Yeah,
But just because it's written down on paper doesn't
when
mean
I
someone
say,
agrees with it.
when I say,
I mean,
when I'm trying to point that is, yeah.
no. I just have quickly. You know what the biggest loopholes are? Laws.
That's what
Laws
I'm
That's it.
saying.
Laws and act.
guilty to keep the other people from doing what they are doing. So the law
Yes.
is. Laws,
That's why.
laws are not for the common people. Laws are
Yeah.
meant to stop the common people getting the wealth and determination of what the other people in power have got. That's not laws.
Yes. That's why you can have guns being sold by the government, but you can't have guns being sold on the streets.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
where I was also going to is the fact that when you go into understanding that within the system of capitalism, let's say when we look at the currency is the paper that you see people going around and you know pitting people to saying, oh, £5 for bread or whatever.
Mm.
This idea of currency, we have $80 trillion worth of currency floating around. But in terms of world debt, you have over 120 trillion dollars worth of debt. Now, how can you have less paper currency than debt? That makes no sense,
Exactly.
especially when you understand that if I've taken £1 from you, I owe you £1 in it.
Yeah.
So how do I owe? How is it that we've taken 80 trillion, but we owe 120 trillion?
Yeah.
That tells you that, when people say taxes and interest and all that stuff, that's the way people are conned because people don't understand that this whole taxes and interest thing it makes no sense, but people think it works. But I'll literally be going to people in the shop, like I work in a barber shop, innit? I'll be
Yeah.
saying to people like, so you see how I've taken £10 from you to cut your hair, right?
Yeah.
If I've taken this £10 from you right now, do I not owe you? Do you not owe me do I not owe you £10, right? And they'll tell me, yeah, that makes sense, isn't it? So I said, okay, so now we have a government system where we have $80 trillion in currency and we have $120 trillion in debt. And he said, no, it works, Raf, because if you have an interest rate, you have to put that, and that makes sense because if you owe me, then you have to owe me £1, and the interest goes up. And I'll be looking at them like, but bro, that makes no sense. Like, how can you have more currency? How can you have less currency than debt, bro?
Yeah. That makes sense. And as well, I'm getting the problem with of how like the bank. People need to understand how the bank system works. The
Yeah,
bank system is when you see the in and out of how it works, it is fucked up.
yeah.
There's no
Yo,
mute
yo,
mic.
yo,
YouTube.
yo. Can,
Look at the YouTube. Mute your mic, please.
big man.
You go to Jacob. Can you mute your mic? Your YouTube.
Yeah. So that's my point. Like the way I understand the reason why I can say I come to that conclusion on this whole because when you go to deal with your brother, that's why people can do you dirty over money. Even your own brother can do you dirty over money, bro.
Hmm.
So that's why my only conclusion is that this system has to go and we have to have a more fairer system. But when I come with the whole communism talk, is I'm really trying to say a stateless, moneyless, classless, you know, if you want to
It's
call it anarchism, where
so communities determine how they want to live and how they want to live among themselves.
that 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 is part of it though. That is part of the liberation, having stateless, moneyless, and classless society, and people just living. When you have no class, you don't have people telling people what to do. When you have no state, you don't have someone telling you what to do. When you have no money, people can't tell you you owe me this.
And,
That is literally the definition of liberation. Liberation.
And it's okay. And the thing, the way the corner as well, they put us all in these cities, yeah, and they tell us it's overcrowding. When I keep saying this, the 7 billion people in the world can all fit in Kansas in America.
Exactly.
So how is there overpopulation in the world?
It's not overcrowding. People
How
just
how,
making it
how
up.
people fight for land? You don't have to fight for land. There's enough
Yeah,
land out there.
there's enough
Everyone
land
has
for
to
you.
use land.
Exactly.
Do your own thing. You don't
And
have to see anyone for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles.
exactly. And like if people were this is where I fit in with the technology and where I come in with the technology thing and whatnot. When we have this free what's it called society where people now have more time to think and do whatever and develop things or whatnot, people will look to think of ways they can make, like, what's it called, stuff like that's more like a, I would say, like a wishful thinking, but waking like more land, like being able to create land, just manipulating the molecules in the air and whatnot to create land and whatnot. But that's more wishful thinking. But even then, this idea of like we don't have space right now, like if it was to get to that point, we probably develop more beyond that where we can create a land for ourselves. But as long as it doesn't it's not detrimental to the environment, that won't be a problem.
Yeah, that's
To
the
be
problem.
honest,
I think I was watching something the other day. We keep forgetting, yeah, we have borrowed this land from future generations.
yeah,
It's not ours. We just borrowed it from future generations. But we have to make sure we have to give to them. We don't give them. Leave it in a shit hole.
mm,
It's not ours. It says.
mm.
That's the mentality. I think we people need to start looking at things like we're only here borrowing the land. So the more we destroy it, whether through be technology or it's not good. So I think for us, best thing for me, I would say we'll have to now look at going back against technology. We have to go back to nature.
I have, I have, I have no problem going back to nature, but even nature is the definition of science is just
I know,
observing and
but I'm
doing,
saying,
and that we're using technology. Technology is part of nature in the sense that you're just using it to your benefit because you
yeah,
can
but
look at a knife and see.
mobile phones are fucking. These kids know why they're walking around half brain. The Wi-Fi and that is fuck up their brains.
I don't think that's true though.
Fucking their brains.
I don't necessarily think it's a
Yeah.
wife fucking. I wouldn't even say from what I'm hearing. That's why I made all that statements in the in the comment section. I was like, how can you say that the younger generation are having their minds fucked up when
Okay.
they're rebellious?
Okay. All I want you to do, yeah, go and check out, yeah, 5G. Just type in 5G in Poland, yeah.
Uh,
Just type in 5G in Poland, and then go and do the research about that.
no
Yeah,
problem. I'll probably look into that still.
yeah. Then you realize this
But
microwave technology is not good technology.
but
They can fry your
but
brain.
there's natural radiation because
The,
microwave
the,
is a type of
it's different from artificial.
sorry.
Natural is you can handle it. When you got too much artificial radiation going about,
No, no, we can't handle some people can't handle certain types of what's it called? Natural what we call natural occurrences.
You
And
talk
some
about
people,
frequencies.
yeah, bruv, like there's some
No,
things that will kill us.
but what beefy could be say that with most of these technology of the amplifiers, what they're putting out of
the
the
amplifiers, yeah, the amplified
satellite,
frequencies.
yeah, no, the antennas. Have you seen them, Afro man?
Uh,
No, the satellite antennas. They'll say that a lot of the communication poles, what is for your the receivers for your phones and stuff, can actually reverse and throw out a lot of waves. What unbalances your current around your wall and stuff and fries your brain, just like a microwave. That's what they will say. You heard about the harp.
yeah.
It's the same when you study about the harp, what deals with the weathers and the satellites.
Wait,
All
wait,
of
wait, wait,
that.
wait, wait, whoa, whoa. Oh, I know what you're talking about the harp to do with. God, when you mentioned the harp, I thought you mentioned the musical instrument. But
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. The
Oh,
harp.
okay,
What
yeah,
really deals with the
yeah,
actual
yeah.
mechanism of the weather. But they say satellites of your radio antennas of your communication posts has the same or dangerous waves, what could really
Yeah,
turn up. Basically, mucks about with our frequencies,
but
isn't it?
I'm saying that the same argument you can make for these man-made stuff, you can make for natural stuff that occur that can
Nature,
kill us
listen,
too.
nature cannot kill you.
Sorry,
See, that's the myth that's telling you that nature
sorry.
kills you. Nature cannot kill you. Nature cannot kill you. You're part of nature. Yeah.
Nature can kill you.
No, but listen.
But
That's the myth they're giving you because they're telling you nature is bad for you, but let's give some
no,
from nature. Let's make it artificial and give it to you and tell you it's better. That does not make sense, bro.
no. I'm saying in the sense that um certain things that we're doing, like you see when people go down to mine stuff and whatnot.
What
Do
are
you
you mining stuff for?
sorry?
What are you mining stuff for? To make more funds?
No, I'm not talking about mining in Congo necessarily. You know, they do mining here in the UK, but they're not mining.
What are you mining for?
But
It's the thing. It's pretty much you
it's
see.
not. UK doesn't produce things that we can use to put in our phones. Otherwise, they won't go over to places like the Congo to
But
go and get their
that's
things.
what I'm saying. When we talk about, oh, we need to do mining, you see, what are we mining for? We don't need to be doing mining. We don't need all this stuff. We don't need all this stuff. Don't do all these dangerous jobs. Then you only need medications. You want to get the diseases. It's all part of the problem.
Yeah, but people, you're acting like diseases is like it's only appeared in the last 6,000 years when the Bible or all these things. Like diseases have always existed through
I'm
society.
saying diseases are caused by the way we treat nature. The more we fuck up nature, the more disease will come.
Hold on.
I disagree with that.
Hold on. Big up God of J 12 tribe in the house. Big up.
Good, kinfolk.
Salute, man. Welcome.
Got big specific black spice in the building. You see you there.
Yeah.
I think I saw Jedi in earlier. I don't know. Was he running?
I don't know.
Was he running?
Looked like he was working out for a minute.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, Jedi, if you're running, fam, don't run, you know. Don't run. Don't run. You can get this work, you know. Yeah, I know Maku's quiet now because he's running too, innit? Don't worry about him. He could get this work too, you know.
Mark is there, bro. Don't watch that, bro. Mark is there.
Yeah, I can't see his can't see him. He's not. It doesn't seem like. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Any thoughts? What you been hearing so far?
Yeah, fam. People should like to. I can't even see the comment section anyway.
Uh,
I can't see the comment section.
I think I jumped in on something. Y'all was talking about something else, so I'm just trying to catch up.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure you say whatever, anything. There's no set topic, you know what I mean? We're just discussing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, when I left off, y'all was talking about I think it was what was it, Black Panthers and something to that effect. And black liberation and stuff like that, and that's what kind of got me glued in a little bit.
Yeah. What are you for? Are you for betterment or for liberation?
Overall, I would say liberation, but I don't think black people is in the condition right now for liberation. And I was kind of agreeing with Rambo. Like there was a different mindset back then. You get what I'm saying? For us, I think it's too comfortable now. We don't see that we have a problem because everything is comfortable.
No, I disagree with that too. I feel like there are people actually who are actually on it more. Even today, I'd say even more than because people will look back now and think, wow, there are people who are actually on this thing as well. The same way we're saying, I think we're minimalizing our effect as if it's not actually like there's nothing going on, but we're actually us being here doing like we've got gang, we've got different groups talking and trying to set up things like their own African spiritual organizations. We have I said I joined the AAPRP, you understand? So like there are people out there that are actually on it today, but people just don't recognize it because for one reason or another, people it's not televised like the way. I think also the media wants to put out a certain persona of what's going on. So like that's what I was saying. For example, when it comes to I was doing a back and forth with one guy on the internet about Malcolm X, and he was trying to tell me that Malcolm X left Nation of Islam because they were wanting to join with the white man. So I was looking at him like, what are you talking about? Like, all the rhetoric after Malcolm X left was, oh, I will work with anyone, regardless of race, to be able to get liberation. Because from what he can see, it's
but the problem is this, yeah, that when we try to talk about people like Malcolm X, if you're coming from I don't want to disrespect it, but when the young people, the younger brothers and sisters have to realize that Malcolm X was more based on his self. The reason why I say self is because he realized that the struggles he was going through was he needed to be more of a liberation or a freedom fighter attitude. So when he was talking about any means necessary, he realized the conditions of where he was at and his people was at. He knew that it's beyond religion now. It's becoming the social, it's becoming the economical, it's becoming. Remember, when we talk about liberation, first of all, liberation has to come with land. You need land. And Malcolm X was trying to bring the attention of his people that we need land. We need to be totally free and liberated by our own self and kind. So what he was really trying to do is push out more of a military ways, meaning that we can't be voting. Voting don't work. We can't be marching. Marching don't work. We can't be begging and pleading and writing letters. Don't forget, America was a lot different than England. Don't forget how we speak. We speaking of a European or English conception. A lot of my comrades in America face a harder position being black. It doesn't matter if you're a coon or not. The ones who you see as coons, they're living in places where they don't really have much more than 400 black families out there. Remember, America is so chopped up in community-wise, yeah, but it's vastly big. And what a lot of people in America has access to, we don't have access to. So when they was talking about we need to arm ourselves, we need to protect our community, English, British, you can't identify with that, not on the level as American can. That's why I don't really want to bring an American narrative to a British panelist, because it will trip them up in every hurdle I put you on. Because to understand what Malcolm X was about, he understood the laws and the rights of his constitution. That's why I said the gun laws is in America. We don't have gun laws. So when I'm saying to you, liberation with guns, you won't agree with it because of the gun laws in the state what we have over here. In America, if you are American, listen, if you are American and you don't have no criminal record or you are clean. Remember, they got tax credit, fam, where if you owe the bank money, you might not even get a driver license. Not having a driver license might not get you a gun license. If you go to probation, if you're on probation and you don't do your probation, you might lose all your rights. You might lose your car might get clamped, you lose your license, everything like that, bruv. So when Malcolm X and those American leaders are explaining things, you have to realize that it comes out of our law and our constitution over here. That's why when Malcolm X is talking about black liberation and stuff, we can't identify with over here. We're not military. That Malcolm X was coming off with an angle to tell his people, work within your laws. It's in your laws you could have the right to defend yourself, you could arm yourself. In your laws you got rights to claim for your 40 acre and your mule. In England we don't even know those concepts. How the hell we could get 40 acres over here?
Okay, so this is where I'm coming from on the whole Malcolm X thing, because Malcolm X didn't just talk about it like it was America. He talks about it like it was all over the world that you can see.
No. When Malcolm X was invited to Oxford University and Cambridge University campus in the 1960s, bruv, and he was talking to the British people over here, he was not talking no American laws. He was talking at the people in the campus over here because Malcolm X wasn't just studying the bloody Quran, bruv. He was studying the laws, the constitution, the acts. He was studying. He could have been a political leader. He could have been a president. He was studying. He was well versatile in his learning approach. That's why he most probably broke away from Islam on that level, and came to his people in a whole liberation approach. Because liberation is really to uplift you or get you out of your oppression. What did I say before? Your oppression could be an education system, but a lot of the stuff in America does ahead of racism. But KKK is far more advanced, more bigger than any black group. So when Malcolm X, even Marcus Garvey went over there and realized how strong the KKK was, and that was in the early 1900s. So when we coming together, what made us more strong? We know how to gangbang. So our mentality is a bit different. So we got to realize that Malcolm X, he was speaking to you university brothers, the ones who could speak that language. And you most probably thought he was radical.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Don't worry, I'll find it and I'll show it to you that he wasn't just talking about
No, Malcolm X was dealing with total black liberation. He was African first. Tell you the truth, it was him who re-enlightened the black liberation thing. Remember this, when Martin Luther King died and Malcolm X died, bam, the Black Panthers went and changed the stuff. You find out that the real soldiers of the Black Panthers really came from New York. They was called the Black Liberation Army under the Shakors. They were the real hardcore. Afina Shakur, Ashadi Shakur, they were hardcore. They broke their comrades out of prison. They didn't give a fuck. They robbed banks.
Yeah.
They was doing total liberation, bruv.
No, I know about that still, don't worry.
No. One thing about Mutulu Shakur, what people don't ever give him credit for. He didn't use methadone to help his people. He learned the science of acupuncture, and he helped more people on brown or heroin in the 1970s than any doctor today in no rehab. That's why he's in jail for so long. He knew how to take the addiction away from the people's minds. Yeah, so when I try to support the African Black Liberation Party, I'm speaking 30-year history. Most of the Black Liberation Army is just coming out of a 32 years, 37 years imprisonment. Now, remember, Tupac was speaking stuff when he was 21. Tupac really would have been coming up to 50 now. If he was still alive, he would have changed the mentality of people in America. He was telling people straight, before you get an African name, try to get an African brain, an African spirituality, try to get an African identity back. That's what they was talking about by the new African concept. And in America gets really victimized by even calling themselves African.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seriously, that we English people, I think we don't really understand the struggles what our comrades go through in America. You know what I mean? We don't go through lynching. Okay. You know what I mean? Malcolm X should have been hanged, Yeah.
Malcolm X's father was killed by the KKK.
Okay.
No, they wanted to do that to him. But you know what they did? They said no. They used the Cannon Pole, they used the COINTELPRO wicked act. They used our own people to assassinate him. and used the Nation of Islam as a bait to say, yeah, they got him killed because of Elijah Muhammad and all of that stuff. So it was all a pole to bring division within the black community anyway, turn leaders against leaders, brothers against brothers, formations against formations. They told you that Bobby Seals and Huey P. Newton hated each other. They tried to bring all different discrimination. And don't forget, when they told around and said that the new Black Panther Party, and that was another COINTELPRO intelligent, and Bobby Seals, you know, most of our elders they're weak, they don't stand strong. So that's why most of us as the younger generation, we won't identify with our elders' struggles. We think that they let us down. Do you understand?
I
But
don't
it was
know.
a harder fight back then.
I don't disagree with that still.
No, I'm telling you, man, when Malcolm X, you got to realize Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Martin Luther King, uh, Marcus Garvey, Booker T. Washington, all of those people really was giving American blacks identity out of that word nigger or out of that mentality nigger. You know what I mean? We black people in England, we don't really call ourselves a nigger because of, we only do it because of the music we listen to, but we don't actually call ourselves nigger. We rather call ourselves black. You know what I mean? So when they remember, America, as I always try to say to you, when I'm trying to teach you, I'm trying to not teach you to belittle you. I'm trying to say to you that our frame of mind and Americans' frame of mind, because you have never seen your uncles or your aunties being lynched and burnt on the cross, you could never identify with what really going on out there because we don't have the gun laws.
I get it, but it's this is the point that I'm trying to make. It, it's not to say that their struggle's not as deep. We're going like, oh, which struggle's deeper? But I'm saying there's still a struggle going on, and the fact is that everywhere we go around the planet, we're seeing that we have an oppressed and we have the oppressor. The oppressor, I see it as a form of government, you know, the bankers, the banking system, the system itself, capitalism.
Yeah,
but
the solution to this, is what you really try to say. The solution to our problems is really to build a nation, innit, of our own, innit. And I mean, I don't want to say a world Africa.
But Nation of Islam is what they're promoting. Nation of Islam's doing that. That's what they were trying to do. And
no, but it wasn't just the Nation of Islam. It was many other groups. But what you got to realize, you had the Moorish Science Temple. It was teaching the brothers who they are, the science of
the Hebrew Israelites.
Mathematics. You had the Hebrew Israelite. You had the Rastas. All of those groups came from our community, brother. And each of them has a potent advantage for our revolution or our liberation. A lot of them has.
But this is what I was also saying as well, like that, because I feel like people are minimalizing this, and it's as well as it being a race struggle, it's also a bit of a class struggle. And
that's what it is.
I also heard Maka saying this, when you saw unity, that's when they said, okay, Malcolm needs to go. When they saw unity amongst what's his name, MLK, okay, that's when they said that he needs to go, because their influence was becoming not just on black people, it was becoming on, you know, the poor white people, or
but what you got to realize, what you got to realize is this: the power in African people or community is unity. And once it's like you, if you're a rapper or you're a superstar, wherever the fuck you want to be, and you could create unity, they'll come for you, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, no, you got even in the Israelites years ago, there was a brother called Yahweh Ben Yahweh, and he was very powerful, you know.
But is it unity amongst black people? Is it unity amongst not just black people?
No,
but
listen. Remember this. Look what they did to Bob Marley. Bob Marley was singing black African songs, and he managed to unify a group of university 70s generation of white people and bring them into a concept of one love and this rainbow business. Because remember this, nobody was talking about the rainbow until Bob Marley was singing about the rainbow country. He was talking about
what year was this?
One as colour.
What year was this?
What year is this? Go read Rainbow Country. He was singing them tune there from 1980.
But that's what I'm saying, because Fred Hampton had that thing, and he got killed in what year?
Yes, don't forget, a lot of black people love the world, and what they got in return.
And and this is what my point was saying, that we're minimalizing this, that as soon as black people started to include other groups of people in the struggle, saying you make your own struggle amongst your own people, and as long as you have principles similar to ours, we will unify with you under this new thing called the Rainbow Coalition. That's when they started killing people.
Here's the trick, Afro man. Did you know back in 1960s, 70s, there was a White Panther group?
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
No, but here's the trick. Because I would say white supremacy did identify with them, they never promoted them ever.
White supremacy does. That's why I said I did.
No. Let me tell you something. You don't have no white supremacy group called themselves Panthers.
Hey, Afro man.
Sorry.
No, I was about to ask you, why do you think the most of the so-called extremist groups at that time, why you think they never hooked up with the NAACP?
Sorry, which group? Like what?
I'm talking about coming from the U.S. side. Why do you think like the Panthers and all these so-called extremist black groups, why you think they never hooked up with the NAACP at that time?
Because they were on a different thing. What are you talking about?
Because the leadership was a white guy. You get what I'm saying? So it was untrust between each other. You had the NAACP, which was one of the biggest groups at that time. But since the inception of it, it was always a white guy at the top.
So they had different. But that's the point. They had a different.
No. Try to overstate what this comrade is saying, Afro man.
That's why they couldn't link up really like they wanted to.
Afro man. No, listen to this. Listen to this. The NACC was a group,
by
white people. But guess what? They couldn't come in our community. So what they did is employ people from out of universities, to come in your community, because it goes back to that tribal business again, innit? If somebody outside your, remember these people, the NCC, P, worked. It's the same way how the government works with us. They use them people, but remember, half of these leaders were funded.
And Malcolm X used to point that out all the time. He used to always say, you got the NAACP and look who's at the top. So he was trying to throw subliminals of why their group could never interact with the Martin Luthers and the Megaretters and stuff like that.
But that's my point. They had a different They had a different goal. They didn't have like a similar. They haven't got a same goal.
They had a common denominator.
What's the common denominator?
Oppression. At that time, and it's still going. Yes.
No, because when you know the history of the NAACP, it's a root. It's that doesn't mean anything. It's got to do with rich people who think that they can try and get. They had like a 10-point, the top 10 or something like that.
Bro, you read too much YouTube and videos.
Sorry?
Like, you can't talk about being in the foxhole if you never been in it.
Okay, so my point is, you see, what's the guy who started? He was always going back and forth with Malcolm X. With Marcus Garvey. I forget his name still. W.E.B. Du Bois. Yeah, we all know him. He was always he went back and forth with it. He was part of the NAACP, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they always went back and forth with each other. And Malcolm, some of the stuff that Marcus used to say is, "Oh, there's just a group of white people." You understand? They they are what's it called, traitor white people, because they're just rich capitalists or whatnot who have this idea of socialism where they're telling people, "Oh, we'll have top 10 rich people trying to make sure black people organize under this system and whatnot." That's what they said. They were going to get this rich, intelligent group or whatever they call to organize black people. Basically, that's the way I understood from it anyway. But I'm talking something different when it comes to, I'm talking specifically of the because you said that the chapters in the Black Panther Party are different, innit? So the Chicago chapter,
different in mindset. You had the Detroit chapter one time. I used to go to some. They used to hold some in Cleveland, right? You had the Cleveland chapter and the Detroit chapter.
Yes,
common denominator was the same, but some of the guys were different. Detroit was all about shooting you in the damn head real quick.
Yeah.
Mentality was different, but the common denominator, I mean, they're organized, and they was all in unison. But some guys up there, based on the situation they was going through, was ready to strike more so than the Cleveland guys, and it was like that all around.
So then this is where I have to be more specific than with what I'm saying. So where I'm coming from is specifically pertaining to certain leaders when they started talking about certain things like, we're not just talking about liberation for just black people now. We can talk about liberation for all groups who are oppressed now. That's when the government or COINTEL or CIA or all them motherfuckers that you want to talk about started talking about, okay, now we have to kill them.
Yeah. No. Remember, the whole point of COINTELPRO was about wiping out the side.
It's creating chaos. It stands for counterintelligence. So they're countering the intelligence.
Rambo. I think I agree with what Afroman is saying. What Afroman is saying is, if you're out there pushing like what they call class as hate speech, where it's me, they'll let you run with it all you want.
That's why Tommy Robinson ain't dead.
You're causing division. You're causing this. You're doing the job. But once you tell everyone, let's unite against the system, you are now become a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I said to you. Bob Marley went through firsthand.
Sorry, what? What's that got to do with Bob Marley, though?
Bob Marley
Bob Marley. What do you mean what's got to do with Bob Marley? Do you know what
Bob Marley's message was the same. It was saying everyone unite against the system. That's where he had to go.
No problem.
Yeah, Bob Marley was talking about one love, bruv. He was a Rasta man going to Germany, bruv.
Yeah, trust me. I listened to Bob Marley, but where I was coming from is certain groups of because Bob Marley died of cancer later on.
No, that's what they say to you. But FBI, they got CIA who's gone up and said, "Nah, we ejected that in his foot. We put something in his trailer."
But Afro man, Malcolm and King, they was in unison with the oppression of black people, but Malcolm was like, if you hit me, I'm hitting you back. Martin was like, just, let's get along. So that's why they couldn't unite on that. You can't bring two different attack plans together and say, let's hold hands.
Okay, but that's not my point. My point was the talking about what was the what rhetoric caused them to be killed. And the fact is, Malcolm was saying, okay, let's go and talk with other groups and see how we all share common. Come on, bro.
Commercial information, bro.
Are you serious? Are you saying that
YouTube information?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you saying that the no?
Dead serious.
Come on, man.
Why do you think they killed him? Go, Jacob.
If you believe that, I got some water to sell you.
So they were only talking about black liberation. That's what you're trying to tell me now.
Who?
Malcolm X and
Malcolm X was always about black liberation, bro.
So he was always so he never mentioned about any other groups being oppressed.
His main goal was black people, bro.
No problem, but I've said, did he mention other stuff like, there are other groups out there who are being oppressed and that they also need to rise up too? Did you not mention that?
Now, you know what? One
so
of
what's
his
the
last
problem
speeches.
then?
Hold on. I want you to pull up. I want you to go pull up. I'll tell you how.
I know. I've got the speech. I've got the
I know you
speech.
got the speech. Go
I
pull
got
up
the
Dry
speech
Bones.
here.
Go pull up the Dry Bones speech. I know. I ain't talking about that one.
I'm talking about 3 days before his death.
Go pull up the Valley of Dry Bones, and that's what got him killed.
Okay, so what? So is it? It probably is the same one as this. I'm not too sure, but this is the speech before he died. This is the speech before he died, right? It says,
quote a piece of it.
It is incorrect to classify the revolt of Negro as simply a racial conflict of black against white, or as purely American
That ain't
problem.
even what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Then he goes on to say, we are today seeing a global rebellion of oppressed against the oppressor, the exploited against the exploiter. This was 3 days before he died.
I said, go look at the Valley of Dry Bones, and you will find out why he got killed.
Okay.
So what? You can jot that down.
But maybe you can verbatim quote the speech that he said.
No, just go type it in. I want you to conclude it yourself. I don't want to put nothing in your head.
I'm just saying that was a speech 3 days before he died. Unless you're telling me that speech was not 3 days before he died, and that this Valley of Bones was like a day before he died.
Just go look it up.
Okay, what's it called? Dry Bone speech.
Valley of Dry Bones.
Valley of Dry Bone.
Yeah. Well, type that in. You should probably get some of that.
Guys, you can continue talking, innit? Like, man's doing his research right now.
No, I'm with Afro here. I think once you're preaching me, or this, that's why I don't like using the term white supremacy or black supremacy, because they will allow you to run that rhetoric, which you're causing division. You're identifying, but their main weapon is fear and causing division, brother against brother. This against sister, dark against white. Even like you see in the media, they make black people fight each other. Dark skin versus light skin. What rubbish is that? But they use
but sometimes it's gonna be brother against brother.
I know, but the weapons they use as well. That's one of the biggest tools they use. Where they make you fight each other for them, for their own goal.
Exactly.
Sometimes you look back and say, "Why am I really fighting you?" Because I'm being told to fight you, not because I want to.
But in the 60s, was they really fighting each other, physically fighting each other? It was through rhetoric.
What do you mean?
No, not fighting each other. I'm saying people as a whole.
Are you talking about fighting with narratives? I mean,
yeah. We fight
at the grassroots level, man. That's where the work was being done.
Yeah, but
mainstream speeches, whoop-de-doo. That's for you guys to talk about later.
But I'll say to you that black people were already fighting people during that time. You have examples like if you know the history of the Black Gangster Disciple Nation, right?
Bro, you talking to somebody who been over here, bro.
No problem. I'm just saying, from the history that you know, right? Black people were fighting amongst black people, so black people weren't fully unified on that thing. Like, oh yeah, it's a black liberation they were talking the rhetoric that they want black liberation, but there was differences. You had
at the grassroots level, not at what was being on CBS, what you seeing and pulling up now.
No,
the community was already popping like that, bro.
Bro, okay. Do you know about
here's your problem. Here's your problem. You see Malcolm as the only leader during that generation.
I'm not even talking about. I'm not even.
So many other people that don't.
I'm not. Yeah, I was going to mention Fred Hampton too. You understand?
I ain't even talk about him. To me, that's another mid-major.
Yeah.
I mean, it was people at the grassroots level that you won't know about.
Okay, but where I was also going to mention. I was going to mention about how you had people with that type of rhetoric when it comes to Jeff Fort and Larry Hoover, right? Now in Jeff Fort's case, he actually sat and had a meeting with Fred Hampton.
Okay.
And obviously, like we say, COINTEL, all those groups, they were already in their ear telling them, listen, these guys are coming here, they're trying to take you over and whatnot and everything and whatnot. So there was already tension between the Panthers.
No. All right, let me just address something there, yeah? Comrade. Yeah, Afro man. When you dealing with my guy, he was a FBI who went from one area. Now that he never lived in Chicago first.
Who?
He lived in another state. Yeah,
Who?
right. What's his name? Jeff. Yeah, he come
Jeff
from
Paul.
another state. He was already a FBI cop. Yeah,
Jeff Paul.
qualified.
Jeff Paul.
His job, Jeff Paul's job
The leader of
was
the Black Peace Donation is an agent. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, he was a paid person.
Jeff Paul.
Mission was to go and kill or give information about Fred Hampton Jr.
No way.
Fred Hampton Sr.
No.
Yeah, don't forget what you got to realize, comrade.
Come on, man.
Yeah, FBI never. The FBI. What you got to realize, you got people who are already FBI's police already, but they're in other states.
Where's Jeff Paul? Where's Jeff Paul right now?
Bob, he's paid. He's still living. Making
Sorry?
videos.
Huh?
He's making interviews. He's still alive.
Yeah, where is he?
I don't know.
Jeff Paul. Chief Malik Kaba. Jeff Paul. Who, Nation of Islam, we're talking about, what's his name? Minister Louis Farrakhan saying that he was a freedom fighter.
Oh, this guy here.
Yes.
Who put up this picture?
Which guy? Which one? I can't even see him.
Oh no, that's
No. Let's go to Jeff. Let's go to Jeff's profile picture. Don't worry about that.
We're talking Jeff Fort, the leader of the Black Peace Stone Nation in Chicago.
Yeah, as I'm trying to tell you, bro.
He was an agent.
Remember, a lot of people, yeah, right? Yeah, Fred Hampton Senior was very, very, very. Basically, he was a part of the university campus. He was already on that path, innit, of teaching long before he was a Panther. When he became a Panther, he became a chairman. So when he became a chairman, he carried the Black Panther to another level.
Yes.
Don't forget, most of the Black Panthers was already coming off the campus, but none of them was coming from the street, you know, comrade.
Yes, I know that because
It's like a lot of people get twisted that because they were Black Panthers, they all had to have the same ideology. They all had to go along with.
No, that's what I'm learning now. That's what I'm learning now.
No, because don't forget, Chicago was very heavily with gang culture long before the Black Panthers ever existed. That's what people didn't realize. Did you know that Chicago has more high gun crime than New York or Los Angeles right now?
I know this. I know it's got the highest murder rate in America.
Yeah, don't forget, even when the Nation of Islam was on its peak, it was only 5 states where the Nation of Islam was really picked up. Chicago, New York, places like Illinois, Boston, and them places. And Chicago was one of them. Chicago was highly populated by Black people anyway. And don't forget, Chicago was going through a change during the 60s anyway.
But that doesn't negate my point. The point, I think you guys don't understand who Jeff Fort was. So I don't know because
no, say it, go talk.
Because the point is that I said COINTEL's influence was so much to the point where they had Black brothers whose organizations were based on liberation, even though Jeff Fort's was more something to do with drugs and what's it called?
That's what I said to you, bruv.
He was more like trying to be Al Capone rather than trying to
you're right, fam.
Yeah.
As I said to you
but to come to the point that he's an agent, I wouldn't go that far, bro, because my man's
No,
been in
no,
prison
but
for.
bruv, you wouldn't know who. This is the problem within the black community. We think every agent's white, and that's what fucks us up.
No, I never said that.
No, that's the mentality we got, bruv.
Come on, bro. No, because because I know. Listen, when Fred Hampton was killed, we know that the agent who got him killed in the end was someone who is supposed to be a guard for him, right? It was
Yeah,
the one that gave the blueprints to the police. The police came in, they knew where his room was, so they shot him. Like I think there was over 100 rounds of bullets, they said,
yeah, yeah.
and Fred Hampton
That's
didn't
what
shoot
I'm
back
talking.
once.
No, you didn't reshoot. You was asleep.
Yeah, he was asleep. In fact, I watched the interview where his wife, pregnant at the time, was saying, "Oh, um,
Yeah, it was.
he told him that the house was getting run up on, and my man got up, looked up, then went back to bed." So he was so heavily, and and they said he was drugged. That's another thing.
But
They said he was drugged, didn't
don't
it?
forget, no. This is the problem with what they did. Yeah,
Mm,
Fred Hampton was chilling out as men them do. Get me? Had a little drink,
mm,
vibing.
mm.
And when the call come, the call was like a week ago. It was all timed, it was all structured, it was all planned. And
Yeah,
as I was trying to tell you, your fault was employed
Jeff Fort's not the agent.
by
Jeff Fort's Jeff Fort is for a different organization. It's called the Black. That's why I'm saying I don't think you know this. That's why I think this is like
hold
I don't
on,
think you
hold
do
on,
because
hold on.
'cause-
Let me just get this right.
yeah.
You're not talking about the person who's setting them up. You're talking about another person.
Yeah, I'm talking about the organization. The person setting up was like William something or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but I'm talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the there was an organization in Chicago called the Black Gangster Disciple, right? And then you had the Black P Stone Nation, and then you had
Yeah,
what you call the Black Panther Party of Chicago, yeah,
yeah.
where Chairman uh
Fred
Fred
Hampton.
Hampton was running, and then the Black P Stone Nation leader Jeff Fort. Jeff Fort
Yeah,
had was he was a leader of that gang and they were involved in a lot of the black on black crime going on at that time and the violence that was going on at
yeah.
that time. And
I hear you.
there was Fred Hampton was so vocal in his approach that he was able to recruit people from the black from Black People's Peace Nation into his gang, no, into the Black Panther Party. And so Fred Hampton was not only getting annoyed by that, he was also getting from his ear about from government officials or agents telling him like, listen, this guy's trying to take down your organization. Don't let him do that because they knew what Fred Hampton was on.
Yeah. I get you. I
So
get you.
when
Right.
they sat down for an interview now, this is where Fred Hampton's trying to reach out to Jeff Fort to tell him, listen, we can join our groups together. Look how powerful you are. You're able to get all these black people together. Look how powerful their group, the other gang is over there. They get able to get. Look how powerful I am, able to get this community revolutionaries together. Why don't we? We all have a similar goal of black liberation. Yeah. Why don't we join together? Fred Hampton went. What's his name? Jeff Fort weren't hearing nothing. Jeff Fort, in fact, they said that Jeff Fort threatened Hampton with a gun. He come in with all these soldiers, pointing guns at him and saying, "Listen, this is how powerful I am. Don't mess with me." And that's when Fred Hampton said, "Okay, you know what? No Panther should go near the five Black Keystone Nation. They couldn't come to a resolve." And that was all to do with COINTEL getting involved, telling them, listen, like let's not talk. This is not coming from me, by the way. This is coming from his own son, Fred Hampton Jr. You understand? He's telling this in an interview that yeah.
Yeah. I see it.
So
I know what
this
you're
is
talking about.
so this is my point. But well, going back to my original point, where unification, not just for black people, also because we've gone all way over there, but unification for black people. Um, certain characters they wanted to unify with not just black people, with other groups, but they stay within their group. It doesn't mean that they wanted to unify where, oh, okay, we can all have children together. No, it was more like I'm I'm nationalist in my group here, but I want to get my black people up together. But you guys get your white people up together, but make sure you guys do it. And that's where when you mentioned a rainbow coalition in rainbow thing in what's it called to do with Bob Marley, I said, did you know about the rainbow coalition that Fred Hampton had with other groups in the Chicago region where he had white people,
I understood
and all these other people. And then with that rhetoric now, that's what led to his death, because that's what I'm looking at as saying, right, like he talks about unifying with other groups, he ended up being killed. What's his name? Then going back to other people like Malcolm X, he talks about unification amongst people, he ended up being killed. And then going back to Martin Luther King, he talks about how this struggle is not just amongst black people, it's amongst poor white people now. And then he ended up being killed for that too. And then on top of that, they also suppressed the anti-capitalist rhetoric these guys had. These guys were talking against capitalism, saying that when people hear Malcolm X, there's a famous line that he says is, I feel like I'm leading my people into a burning building. People think that, oh, this is a so-called, working with white people. That's what he meant. No, this was the idea of trying to get into politics and thinking that they can make reform. Whereas he's saying that, no, the system of capitalism is corrupt.
No, basically, Malcolm X was saying exactly what you were saying, but he was trying to address.
I'm talking about Martin Luther King there when he was saying that.
But Martin Luther King understood certain things. He's saying,
Sorry, I didn't hear that bit because
I said that Martin Luther King was saying that on the point that, yeah, it's true. We would have gone into a burning house because when Martin Luther King wasn't talking about joining down capitalism, you know.
He wasn't talking about turning down capitalism.
No, he wasn't.
No, but that's my point.
Remember, he was moving into presidency.
No,
so he was talking about the struggles of all people.
But that's why I said he got killed, because
exactly.
when he started talking about
it wasn't to go. No. Let me tell you something. All of those people who got killed, the reason why they got killed is because they're black and they were powerful.
Yeah. But that was my no. It wasn't to do with just being black and being powerful. It was also certain rhetoric. So this is where I was saying that he was.
Being a powerful person, you won't be talking. Remember, none of those people were talking rhetoric, you know, because
Captain, I have to agree with what Afroman is saying here. You see, there's no powerful black men today who are kept alive. You wonder why. Well, they're just doing what the system tells them to do. But those people who go against the system get killed off quickly.
Yeah.
Their ideology is very dangerous. Their ideology is unity among the people themselves. That's a ideology for the system.
Minister Louis Farrakhan is powerful, but he's not being killed off. Why? Because his rhetoric is about the white man is the devil, black people need to stay on their own people, and this, that, and the third. Like he's literally doing what their agenda is. Division. Sorry, was someone talking there?
No.
Yeah, but that's literally what he's doing. He's doing the works of what the elites want him to do. So that's why when I'm saying that, certain groups of people had a rhetoric where it was, I only put the anti-capitalist in because I'm saying that's another thing that's been suppressed. Not only is it the idea that when they were moving together, when you're talking about the unity, I'm saying the anti-capitalist rhetoric that was coming through was being suppressed too, because you can see people like Malcolm X in his speeches towards getting closer to his death, he was talking about things like, give me if you show me a capitalist and I'll show you a bloodsucker, like that type of talk. Or when you go to people like Malcolm X was saying, like, we can see something about maybe a more democratic socialist model would be better or whatnot. That's more going towards a difference.
Yeah, but bruv, that's the truth though, really. Show me a capitalist and I'll show you a bloodsucker.
That's what I'm saying.
Show me a person who values the riches of this world against humanity, and I will show you those. That's what it meant. It's powerful, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. That
So when people
say,
remember, when you say, remember the word rhetoric really means jargon or stupidness.
yeah,
Yeah. So in that case, it wasn't stupidness; it was a threat. Because if you telling a mass of people, show me a capitalist, and I'll show you a bloodsucker, a
exactly.
person who will kill you for money or the riches
Mhm.
of this world. Yeah, it is a threat to those people who's doing it. It's like if I spoke about animal rights, people, the elephants with or the rhinoceros with the ivory and shit, and I
They're
said
drilling the oil
those
out the
people.
ground, damaging the waters, the oil. Like
Yeah,
they
but don't forget, you got people who go out and talk the truth about who's really doing the killings. Like the people who do the kidnapping about body parts and stuff like that, they get assassinated. Once you start calling people the role one plays in paedophilia, and you start naming them and who they really are, they come for you as well. That's
yeah.
why you got to be careful. None of those people speaking rhetoric. There's a threat to national security. There's a threat to the government. There's a threat to society. There's a threat.
Mm. That's why. That's what I don't know. That's why I look at
And you
people
will
like
be a threat one day when you start saying some things what hit certain nerves.
no. That's the point. If I had the ability to mobilize people like them with this rhetoric that I'm saying now, like all this stuff I'm saying, like, yo, people need to realize that they're being, having their wool being pulled over their eyes and whatnot, and all this stuff that I'm saying, yeah, people that then they'll see me as then they'll see, yeah, this guy needs to go. Or if they can't take me out, what they'll do is they'll throw this accusation of me being a pedophile, like you said,
All right,
a
look,
rapist,
all right, okay. Afro man, here's my point. What would you class yourself as?
in terms of what?
I don't know. You might call yourself a freedom fighter, liberation, revolutionary. I don't know. What do you class yourself?
Well, I have like I said, I have communistic views, but my form of communism is more um communism, or what they call libertarian socialism. Uh,
Yeah, that group alone, yeah, is classed as a European. Well, it's not even European anymore. You're more dealing with Antifa and all of that stuff. So I do. There will be classed as a radical, mainstream communist group that goes around destroying figments in West End, causing looting and all riots across the cities. Yeah, I know about them. They're no
no,
different than what I believe in.
no, because what you see when we say you see the word anarchist, yeah, people get confused still. Oh my days,
Uh,
where's the book? Right,
I'm not saying they're not a race group. I'm not saying
no,
they're a
man,
race hate group.
people get
Just
people get
they're just
confused. That's what I'm
against
saying.
the more of a mainstream of Lenin, a maximum one.
Wait, I can't find that book. Ah, oh,
Hey, so what? One day I'm gonna see you with a bandana at Trafalgar Square, yeah, Afro man.
sorry.
One day I'm gonna see you with your university bridges in central London, yeah.
You want no? They're all confused, fam. They're all talking about God first thing, bro. They're all confused, fam. Listen, there's no hope for them, fam. They're all gonna get it, fam. You get me? I can't, bro. You can't talk. You can't talk. You can't flog a dead horse, fam. You understand? That's what my mum always used to tell me,
Yeah.
fam. They're dead, fam. Listen. They're all gonna get it, fam. Talking all this God first thing, man. To actually come up. Can you believe that? Can you believe the nerve of one guy the other day tried to tell me, bro, that oh, basically I won't ancestors and Christianity wasn't a thing. Like Christianity never was the what caused us to be enslaved or whatnot and everything. I'm looking at my man, I'm like, bro, how can you be saying this, bro? Like, are you actually confused? Are you like you can't walk down anywhere in Nigeria without seeing a church? So what are you talking about, bro?
Exactly.
I'm so confused, but fam, I don't know where I put that book, But basically, there's a book of mine. I need to find it tomorrow.
Oh, so what? Are you the new descendant of Guy Fawkes, yeah?
Sorry?
You the new descendant of Guy Fawkes.
Who's Guy Fawkes, fam? Man, stop playing with me, man. Not that nigga, fam.
I'm playing around with you, bro. Don't try to get serious enough, man.
I'm joking, fam. I'm joking.
Yeah? I know you've been questioning me and I'm giving you your answers, fam. So be real. I'm real with you. I'm giving you your answers, fam.
Yeah, fam. I know. I'm looking for the book. That's the thing. That's a Guy Fawkes, fam, though. I don't know.
No, the reason why I said that, yeah, do you know why I say all of this stuff? Because I have a great history. I done it. I've seen things for many years, fam. You know, and when I was saying what you're part of the Alpha and all of that, I got brethren who are part. I support Celtic, and I know I got brethren who support that on the mainstream and do with Alpha, Free Palestine, and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'll be real with you, like. I always say to certain people,
sorry.
I look at myself as a political prisoner over here. Get me? I don't look at myself as other people who look at themselves over here. I'm not trying to learn about my African culture or nothing like that. I'm trying to embrace it because I know it.
Okay.
You know where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to look for God because I am who I've always been searching for. That's why I always say what I say is not rhetoric. And I don't like to undermine people who speak wisdom. If you speak gold, you should never call it rhetoric. That's how we undermine ourselves. We will never get to our real potential
I try not to
if we keep on undermining ourselves.
Because I don't know if you've heard of Ashanti Austin.
Not really.
Yeah, he's from he says that he was a former Black Panther member, and he calls himself now anarchist Panther and whatnot. But when it comes to things like definitions and whatnot, like I don't want to really get too bogged. Like even though I try to make it out there's something, I don't want to get too bogged, like too involved with definitions and whatnot as well. Like even though
there's just labels at the end of the day.
yeah, there's just labels, bro. At the end of So when I say rhetoric, I'm just talking like in colloquial English term, like just what they were saying. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like the other day when you were talking to me about human, and I was just like, no, bro. To me, human is just another way of saying everyone in the world. But you guys go deeper and say, oh, it's colored man or it's this type of people. But no, I'm just really just trying to say. So I don't really want to get.
Sure.
I know. There's sometimes when you have to define the words, but sometimes when you have to just using general terms. I understand that. But sometimes when we discuss a certain issue, you have to go down the etymology of the word.
Yeah.
Sometimes in general discussion, the words don't mean to be. You're trying to get a point across quickly.
Yeah, no, I do get it because like that's where confusion comes in because like now when I mention anarchism, like a lot of people probably be looking at me like, what do you even mean by that? But literally, anarchism is just is a society where it's not run by a state or and it's governed by its own people, and the people have the right to autonomy to their own autonomy. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like, people take the term to mean from the French Revolution and where there was complete anarchy, where they were trying to say there was no king and people were just going around killing each other. And this is what happens when you don't have a ruler and whatnot. There's anarchy. But the anarchy that we understand, the anarchism that is defined today or understood amongst certain groups of people is that literally just no leader and that everyone is their own autonomous being and they all govern themselves based on themselves and based on the interaction with other people they can form um, 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 laws engage. So in the sense that if I'm talking to Beefy now, certain words he might not like me to say. So we have an agreement amongst each other to say that word. Doesn't mean that we take that agreement of words and use it for everyone, because not everyone's the same. You understand? You know what I mean? Like it's like in the Bible, it says, "Do unto others as they like do, like do unto others as you would like to do unto yourself." Sorry, how do they say it? It's
Do
do
unto
unto others
what you want others to do unto you.
I think it's something like that.
Anyway,
But
listen. Do unto others what you would others do unto you. That's it.
whereas it shouldn't be that. I'd change that. I'd say do unto others as they would like done unto themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a different thing. So if I like sugarcoating and someone says that they don't like sugarcoating, just because they don't like sugarcoat doesn't mean they should sugarcoat it when it comes to me, innit?
Yeah.
But what Jesus was trying to say was, if I like sugarcoating, then I should sugarcoat someone when they want information. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I like even that golden rule that Jesus put, like it was a bit mad still. Like I kind of disagree with that, but yeah.
Even the golden rule of tell the other chick, boy, I ain't buying that one either.
I don't have an issue with that, to be honest. I actually don't have an issue. I feel
Okay.
like I think it only becomes an issue when it comes to your life being threatened. So if someone's trying to kill you,
But how
then you
far
shouldn't turn the other cheek. If
but
someone just
I don't have to kill you, but if I come taking your food every day and say, oh, come on, let me just send that to the chick. I come taking your food every day. Okay, let me just send that to the chick. One day you
but
have
that's but that's the point though. We're talking within a system right now. I'm talking about within a system that doesn't have that, where there is no idea of, oh, because there's money, therefore you need to. The reason why people come and take your food is because within this system right now, people don't have the means to get the money to get the food, so they would have to
no,
steal it.
I'm talking about the thinking of turn the other chick for me is not a good
Oh,
philosophy. It's all lost in religion. Oh, God will do it for you. God will get your revenge for you. Fuck
yeah.
that.
No, of course I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. Yeah, bro. It's been a long conversation still, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But what's
Well,
everyone saying? Okay, I can't see the comment section. What's everyone saying still?
we've got a lot of people in there. Quite in the conversation. I'm gonna knock off the show in a bit as well because I need to get some rest. I've been on the internet for too long.
So what, you got to look off now?
Yeah, I'm not going to the park tomorrow. So tomorrow, what am I do actually?
No, I'm not going to the park. So
No,
Monday night.
listen, I'm thinking I might
You have to go see Rat Boy, fam.
what?
He said he was gonna come down to Marble Arch, I swear.
Fuck him. People give him too much energy. You know what I mean? He's back with the park. Basically, just ignore him and then go about his business.
Yeah, fam. I hear that. I hear that still.
What else am I doing? I want maybe like get some people on the panel. Then we watch it like a debate speakers corner. Then we'll have a topic about that.
Yeah, that should be. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right still.
Yeah. So if you're about tomorrow, you just look out for the notification buttons, and I'll also add you on the Hangouts so you know we're on.
Mm.
Yeah. And then thanks everyone for clocking in. This is Black Spice, Captain Rambo.
Wait, what? I didn't hear Fiona's talk. I didn't hear Fiona talk still. Or Black Spice, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Spice. I didn't hear her talk. What's her opinion on this whole thing we've been saying? Oh, she ain't active. All right.
You want to be active? Mac, are you there? No.
No smoke, Maku. No smoke, Maku.
He big you up today, bro. He was bigging you up today. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking with it, fam. I joke all the time, fam. I joke all the time. I joke all the time, fam.
I know. That's
I'm
all.
I'm not usually the person that cusses people, bro. I'm just a quiet person.
No. That's why.
Yeah.
I try not to have debates. I'm trying to stay away from debates and have more discussions. Because when you say debate setting, people are always coming like I've got to win an argument.
But that's what I'm saying, bro.
But when we're just discussing things,
Yeah.
there's no winner. We're just discussing.
Of course, bro.
So there's less arguing and there's less stuff like that. So I'm trying to stay the my panels be more of discussion panels than debate panels.
Trust me. I know what you're saying there, cause I don't like it, fam. Like people just get all ego and I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm just like,
oh yeah. I've got to put this out there. Yo, big up Afro, man, because you always support me. You come to my events.
yeah,
I
fam.
see you sit down, listen.
Yeah, fam.
Yeah.
I see you been doing your Black Panther studies and try to come and hit me up and try to catch me out.
But that's a good thing. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. People going out.
No, it's all love, man.
Yeah.
And as Respect said, Captain Rambo, real Black Panther, get me.
Yeah, fam. Come on.
Yeah? And I'll tell you straight, fam. One thing about me, I stopped going to the park because I believe that my ideologies will interfere with gang, and I don't want to put gang into my ideology. I believe that when gang as a whole is ready on my ideology, we'll be on that level. But I don't like to force feed people to my thinking or my belief or my feelings. So what I have to do is just always put my little piece of point, but also say for those that I only do what I'm good at. So I don't try to be like everybody else. When I come to the park, I kind of talk to the youngers, iron out certain situations, but the park ain't for me all the time. I'm only there to give backbone to my brothers when race issues start coming up where I believe I have to be there. Because I'm a rider. Because I ain't gonna have my brothers up in the park fighting a war where I should be involved in. That's my belief. So apart from that, Afro man, I always said this in gang. Once I realised that with all our generals, I started to step back and allow people to do general stuff. If you're a general, you general stuff. You know what I mean? I'm a highest in the field of what I do because I'm always in the field. Get what I'm saying? But Afro man, I hope I answered all your questions. And I don't want to talk about Black Panther if you know what a panther is. You are a panther going through the struggle. You are in the corner. Your back is against the wall. And it's for you to have a fight, be fearless and fight back and react, or you to just take abuse and be edged up. Because it happens throughout the generations. There's elders who are weak. They just take abuse all day long. And they've been doing it since they were born. And you've got a generation, you've got some people who don't have it, no matter what age they are.
Definitely.
They're just fighters.
No, definitely, fam. I agree with that, fam.
You know what I mean? But
I'm busy at uni, innit? So obviously I would be on this thing, but right now I'm busy at uni.
No, but when you're at uni, you have to keep an open mind, innit? And go there to study, but have an open mind, innit?
No, I said like I'm going there to, get that Babylon degree and like just continue my life.
I want you to come and tell me, why did they call it university? I wonder.
Yeah, and they don't teach you nothing about the universe.
But you know what? In some way, shape, or form, it all relates to each other, innit? So I think that's where they were really coming from on the whole university thing.
Right, and that's why they call it. That's why they should call it knowledge. They should even call it university. You're not studying nothing about the universe.
It's not knowledge. It's not knowledge. It's intellect. I keep telling people, it's not knowledge. Knowledge is when you yourself go and do the thing.
Yes.
It's intellect.
It's
because you know where you stand.
Intellect is where, I think also as well is the fact that I wouldn't even say like it's a place where they're trying to actually they're just trying to get people to be more conformist. So it's for people who are more conformist in the society.
No. Why they call it institution? It's an institution.
No. They want you to think universally. So you all think as one.
Exactly. That's why they call it one verse.
Yes. They want you to think as one in their own ideology.
Yeah,
abide to their own conformity.
Yeah, universe. One verse. Uni and verse. One verse.
One verse, yes. Exactly.
Yeah. So tomorrow, if you want about tomorrow afternoon, maybe from around 3-4.
Mine's involved, you know. Beefy. Send me the link tomorrow, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, fam. Definitely.
Definitely.
I'll try and get on as well because I might be busy.
Yeah, whenever you're free, I want to have. We can talk. We can be black apologists.
Afro man.
There's so many religious apology channels where you don't find any black apology channels. You know what I mean? We're getting our own information in a good way. I don't see anything wrong with that. So this is what I want to promote: a black apologist channel where people can feel free to come on the platform and say their piece. You know, they're free under pressure from no one. You know what I mean?
I want to talk to you about the Freemasonry thing, but I haven't done any research on it. Like I haven't got any not research, but I would say I haven't got any information.
What on Freemasonry?
Yeah, because
I'll tell you what, different topic
tomorrow.
We do it tomorrow topic.
Me, even Freemasonry, there's a lot of division on where people think of Freemasonry. I don't believe Freemasonry came from Africa, first of all. Anything that anyone someone goes to me, oh, that was in Africa first. I said, bro, it's not the same thing. So that's not it. So drop me out.
Yeah, I hear that.
And don't need to stop putting everything on Africa, bro. Some bad thing. No, you can't put everything on Africa. Sorry, I'm not buying it either. You know what I mean? You want to put everything on Africa? No.
But I don't necessarily think Freemasonry is bad. I think there is bad Masons out there, but to say
it's why I know you have to listen. Well, see, Freemasonry, they worship Lucifer. So I don't want people say, oh, the Luciferian agenda, the Luciferian master, they worship Lucifer. So that's the end of it. If anyone can tell me differently, then okay, I'll believe you. But every Freemasonry is in that shit, whether unwittingly or wittingly, but that's what they do.
But I don't think so. I don't.
How do you think the system can be run so efficiently with having people like that in place?
You know what? That's going to be a topic tomorrow because
I'm on the Masons.
No. Can we do that topic tomorrow?
I'm not sure now. Yeah, we're going to touch on that tomorrow. We'll definitely touch on that tomorrow. Definitely touch on
that. What shall we say? Beefy.
I'll let you give time. You guys enough time to let you know. Don't worry. Before we go on live. Yeah, we'll put around 3-4 to the day.
Yeah. So Afro man again.
Yeah, fam.
You satisfied now?
Yeah, I'm satisfied, bro. Really satisfied.
Any questions?
No, not really, bro.
It's a good discussion. That was a good discussion. I like that discussion. A nice free-flowing discussion. Yeah. You know what I mean? No set agenda. We're just chatting. That's what it's all about. But tomorrow, definitely, we'll be looking into this. Afroman's Day tomorrow. We'll do listening to his questions, and asking some questions about the Freemasons. Definitely, 100%. And as well, another thing,
I won't troll again about the evolution thing either. So if you guys want to ask me anything about that next time, I'm good.
Yeah, and as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say that to Afro man, you know, like they're trolling me, bro. I know you know. Yeah.
Another thing as well, yeah. Go and check out the Boule Club, yeah. Afroman.
Yeah.
Just check out the Boule Club. BOUL.
Oh, the Burlington Boys or whatever they call
them. Boule. They call the Boule. The Boule is the black Masons in America. You see what they are? Yeah. The Buffer Masons and all those things. Throwing out them signs.
Okay.
You'd be surprised who is involved. Hey, Jesus.
Hey, Jesus.
Yeah.
This guy, man.
I want to thank everyone for joining in. Yeah. Tomorrow on the rebound. Peace.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Gang.
Gang.
Gang.